Hello and welcome to the Weekly Scroll Podcast. My name is Ryan.
And I am the Keymaster.
And I'm Marco.
I'm Madison.
Garry.
Hey, look at us. We did it.
We did it. Good job, everyone.
High five.
Hey, this is the Weekly Scroll Podcast, like I said, and today we're going to be playing Bug Busters, which is written by Garry, and that's not just Garry, that's Garry Snow of Dieku Games. How is everybody doing tonight?
So good.
Awesome.
Well, thumbs up. Good.
Thumbs up all around. Yay.
Yeah, great.
Podcast land. So,
if you're listening along on the podcast, they all just give a thumbs up.
We all are in the affirmative here. So, Gary's been on the show before. We talked at length about Bug Busters. Super excited to play this. I'm really glad to have it on. Madison, also new player here on the show. Excited to have them on as well. Episode 115 it was, Hunter? Yes, go listen to that, and you'll hear more about it, or you can just keep listening to us, because I'm going to kick it to Garry, and Gary's going to tell us what we are playing today.
Well, thank you for having me on the show, and thanks for all the players coming today. It's hopefully going to be a good time, and Bug Busters. It is a game where it's set in the 90s, and you are scrappy exterminators that are fighting a secret alien invasion, and nobody really cares about you. But you want to protect the world, so here you are. You're fighting off the aliens, and today's adventure is going to be Connor's Corn Maze, which is part of a playtest that we're doing for Bug Busters.
Very excited. Awesome. I have a picture for this. Where is it? It's right there. Boom! Connor's Corn Maze.
Cool.
So,
what could go wrong?
What could, I assume everything, and that's going to be fun. That's kind of the point. So I know we talked about it, like we said before on the show, but getting into Bug Busters, also, I guess to start, like, why are we going over Bug Busters today? That's because it's starting to fund very soon, right?
Yeah, I don't have an exact date right now. You know, the way all us indie designers are is that life throws curveballs at you, and you're like, I didn't expect that project to be landing on my work plate. So it's all kind of being juggled around, but Bug Busters is coming soon. And you know what? If it gets delayed, it's just even more time for me to make sure it's good. And that part of the playtesting process is making sure that when it hits your table, that it's playing the way we want it to.
Fantastic. Awesome. Really excited. Obviously, you know, I mean, obviously we're going to get it. That's why we're playing it. But the play of the game, why don't we, I know we've all made characters beforehand. Anyone watching can see we have names already, which might not make sense to you, but they will soon. So I guess do we want to go through like the basics, like, you know, how we do the characters, the basics of the role, because it's pretty light, you know, elegant system. So how does it work?
Oh, maybe let's start with characters and just say sure. There's three types of characters. There's the smooth operators, which are cool. And then there's the tough nuts, which are obviously tough. And then there's the jack of all trades that kind of combine everything. And there's 4 attributes. There's cool, handy, agile, and tough. And from those 4 attributes, when you roll your D66 past, it provides some bonuses depending upon what your past was. And then after that, as a character building process, you get to add more attributes, and you also get to add specialties within those attributes that give you a bonus. So it's basically a dice pool system, and your attribute is the raw score of it. If you have a specialty, you get an extra die. And if you have an advantage for whatever reason, you also get an extra die. And at the end of the day, when you roll your dice, it's only the top 2 that count. And so we have, I think, a dice roller, and we'll see how that works online. This is the first time we've done it in an actual play. But from there, you basically have a difficulty that you're challenging. So if you have a bug, for example, that you have a difficulty of 10, you have to roll 10 on the 2d6, the top 2, however many you roll. And then the damage is above and beyond or underneath. So each roll, there's going to be damage one way or the other. Or there's going to be a jinx, which is technically a success on your part, but there's going to be a complication. So that's basically all there is to it. There's some saving throws, but we'll get into that as we play.
Gotcha. So do we want to go through, I guess, characters? Like, what do we? It's all you now, Gary. You lead the show. What do we got next? What are we doing?
Sure. Based upon the screen, let's start with Marco, who's playing Baywatch. Marco, why don't you tell us a little bit about your character? Call sign Baywatch. Every character has a call sign. And why don't you tell us their past and maybe their fight song and chill song, which is part of the character sheet.
Yeah, so Baywatch is a Midwesterner lifeguard who was a lifeguard at a public pool for many years and was really well known for being very slick when in need, but also kind of a little bit too rowdy when not at work. That's like Baywatch in a nutshell. Baywatch, the fight song that Baywatch has is the theme song to the Power Rangers, because he was sung that song to when he was an infant and a young child to get ready for soccer games. And the chill song is Fast Car by Tracy Chapman, for obvious reasons. And that's Baywatch.
Does he wear zinc on his nose?
Baywatch has a dermal right here.
I think next on the screen is Hunter playing Apollo.
Yeah, I'm playing Apollo. My birth name Carl Weathers. He at one point in time he's done many things. He was a professional football player. He may have starred in some films. But ever since then, he's been having a rough time since his big debut films. He's been working as a art house theater performer, and then that shut down. So now he's taken up busting bugs. Yeah, my call sign is Apollo. I drive a Pontiac Fiero, a 1984. It's currently towed and impounded, so every week I have to pay $100 on it. He's a smooth operator, and his fight song is "Eye of the Tiger." And then his chill song, I'm going to go with "Don't Fear the Reaper" by Blue Oyster Cult.
And then next up is Madison playing Rewind.
Yes. So I'm playing Rewind, and my background is a video store clerk. And I'm going to take some inspiration from, I've been watching a lot of 90s kind of talk shows, like old, like school, like kind of music video, sort of like TV show host sort of things. And specifically, I've been really loving ABC's Recovery that comes out of Australia. So like Lee Winnell's really early work. So I'm going to try to draw some inspiration from that kind of persona that he puts on screen. And so for my fight song, I've chosen "No One Lives Forever" by Oingo Boingo. And my chill song is Junko Partner, the cover by The Clash. So, yeah.
Awesome. And finally, Ryan as Maverick.
All right. So Maverick is a former rodeo bull rider who just took one too many shots and can't quite hold on as well as he used to, I was doing stuff while everyone else is doing stuff. That's him. His fight song is Rodeo from Garth Brooks. Big Garth Brooks fan. And his chill song is Mama's Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys from Waylon Jennings.
Amazing song.
Yeah, so good. And that's kind of him. He rocks his electro lash, almost more like a lasso. And that's it. I feel like I don't even know if I have a car, it's got to be a Mustang. But I still need a roll for that. I think that's just my dream at this point. That's him. That's Maverick. That's the old rodeo cowboy, the tough nut of the crew, I believe.
And then just to back up, Baywatch, what weapon do you have?
Oh, yeah. I have the Slicer Dicer.
Which is basically like a chainsaw with 3 spitting plasma blades.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And they can shoot off, but then you lose some of your damage.
I saw that too.
Every weapon has a special feature or special features. Hunter, what's your weapon?
I have the Zap Bat.
And Madison?
I'm also rocking the Zap Bat today too.
Which is basically your bug zapper that you'd find on the porch mixed with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Cool. So is everybody ready to bust some bugs?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
Yes.
Right on. Any last questions before we get going? Everybody's good.
No, we're roughly like we're all roughly set in the 90s, right? Like that's how we are, right?
Yeah, it's a kind of a generic kind of 90s, which, and just to give you some background on the Bug Busters, it was founded by Doug, who founded the Bug Busters back in the 80s during the Swarm Wars, which is now legendary in the Bug Buster world. But you have opened a franchise on the wrong part of town, which is pretty typical for Bug Busters. You guys are kind of like the dregs of society. You're working class. Nobody cares about you, but you're doing good work in fighting off this alien invasion. So you guys are sitting around in the warehouse today, gambling, maybe drinking a bit of beer. Probably shouldn't be, but you are. It's around 2 p.m. You guys are thinking about, hey, it's almost quitting time. We're going to go to our local dive bar, which is aptly called the Hornet's Nest. So you're kind of gearing up for that. You're playing cards, but then Helen, the dispatcher, comes in, and she is got a piece of paper in her hand, and she goes, "I know you're having fun, but there's a little bit of work to do around here. The Smith farm. Well, they just called in, and apparently, Sadie, little Sadie Smith, her prize goat Elvis has gone missing." And Pa Smith says it's something to do with some bugs. So I think you better go check it out.
I agree. We definitely should.
Yeah, I mean, that's our job. So we got to do what we got to do, right?
Goats need saving. I'm ready.
Right on. So as every Bugbuster franchise has, you have a Bugmobile that comes equipped with certain features, and I think you've seen them on the list of the playtesting thing. It's got a fogger. It's got a whole bunch of things, including the Bugbot, which is a remote-controlled video car shaped and disguised as a bug, and it's got some other kind of weapons that you can choose. But you guys know what's in your truck, your car. But so who's going to be driving today?
Well, I think Madison is the only one with a car right now, isn't it?
I'm into my 1982 Subaru Brat that's stuck on one radio station.
Well, you also
What's
have
the radio station?
Oh, the Bugmobile.
Yeah. It has to be a bad radio station. Like, I feel like it can't be a good one.
And I should mention, that's a part of every Bugbuster. They get a part of their pass. They roll a vehicle, and some vehicles are in worse shape than others.
Yeah.
The Brat's kind of a cool little, like, it's like a mini, God, what was that giant one that was like a car but had a truck
like an El Camino. It's like
it's like a mini El Camino. With seats like on the back. So I'm definitely sitting in the back, is all I'm saying.
We're taking the Bugmobile now.
Yeah, you've got the franchise Bugmobile.
Oh,
so you can.
We're not taking the Brat. Why wouldn't we just take fine, whatever?
So you guys have you've been on a little bit of high alert lately, because as Bugbusters, you're attuned to this kind of stuff, and you saw in the newspaper recently that there was a produce clerk that was bitten by a giant insect as they were unloading something from a truck. So that kind of got your attention. And then you also heard that there was a crop circle in the next county, and the sheriff is investigating it. But the sheriff said, "Oh, it's probably some cranky teenagers or playing a prank." So all this stuff has kind of been like making you a little bit worried about what you kind of do here at Bugbusters. So you guys are driving out of town. It's where the Smith farm is. In fact, a couple of you remember there's a Lover's Lane out by the Smith farm, and you guys used to go hang out at Lover's Lane. I won't say who, Maybe Maverick.
We're all very close coworkers.
I was gonna say, me and Apollo look at it. No, we all used to go hang at Lover's Lane.
Happens in the Subaru Brat, stays in the Subaru Brat.
So you guys are driving on the outskirts of town, and you're like, you drive through a bit of the suburbs that are in the town, and you get out there and you see a big billboard. And Ryan, if you don't mind putting up the Bugbuster logo, or sorry, the Connor's Corn Maze logo again.
Yeah.
You see a billboard saying, ahead, Connor's Corn Maze, 2 miles, turn left. And you guys know, like, this is kind of like a little bit of a tourist spot now in the last couple of years. You've heard about it, and you've seen the advertisement for it. And then you leave the highway when there's a sign that says turn left. You're going down this old farm dirt road, and you're heading towards it. And then there's another big sign saying Connor's Corn Maze, another 500 meters. And you know that the Smiths are on the other side of the Connors. So you head up there, and you go by, and you pass the Connors location, and you see that there's, some kids in minivans, and the mom's getting angry at the kids and that kind of thing. And then you see the Smith farm a little bit further down the road. And I think we might have a map.
We do. Want the whole map?
Sure, that's good. So you can see the Connors, or that barn area with the silo, and the Smith farm is on the other side of the road there. And so you pull in. I think rewind your driving, since you're so good with the Brat, and you pull in there, and you see Pa Smith. He's out there working on something out in the yard. He's like fiddling with something. You see Ma Smith up on the porch, and she's like cracking, shucking stuff. And then you see young little Billy, who's on a tire swing. He's just going back and forth.
So I feel like we like park and unload the car, and like Carl Weathers gets out of the car. Like, he's huge. He's like 6'2". He like jumps out and lands on the ground like he just got something raised. He like stands up tall and like really dramatically looks around,
Baywatch is shorter and gonna like go up next to Apollo and just kind of like slap upwards on your pec and be like, over under 2 sets of pincers, huh?
So Pa Smith acknowledges that you're there, and he starts kind of walking over there, and he's all, "Hey, you all the bug busters?"
Absolutely. Carl Weathers. I reach to shake his hand,
And he puts his hand out, nice firm grip, and Ma just stays on the porch there. She doesn't see him. And little Billy on the tire swing, he actually kind of looks like he's kind of giving you the stink eye.
So now, do we when we standard issue roll up, we're in like jumpsuits and stuff, right? Like straight up
standard orange jumpsuits with your call sign name tag on it. And yeah, you guys have all your gear in the back because you don't want to be like carrying your weapons and such.
I just thought we had slung over the shoulder.
No. So
I definitely do like the jumpsuit with cowboy boots and a cowboy hat. Like, it's a part of who I am. So yeah.
So Pa Smith goes, "Well, I'm so happy you're here. Sadie's prize goat, Elvis. Well, he went missing the other day, and I don't know how else to explain it other than like what appeared to be. Well, I guess I'll just have to show you." And he kind of waves you to follow him.
Yeah.
So you walk, and you're walking just past the house. There's like a pen in the back there, and you see a teenage girl who you presume to be Sadie, and she's like petting the goats, and she looks pretty distraught, and she's like petting them and that kind of thing. And Pa Smith goes, Sadie, you come on over here and you tell the bug busters what you saw." And so Sadie comes over, and she said, "Well, I don't know, Pa. You saw more than I did." And so, sorry, Ryan, I should probably be texting you this stuff, but if you can put up that little picture of the goat.
Oh yeah. I
I can't think that fast where I'm like,
this.
So Pa goes, the other night I heard a ruckus, and I got my flashlight out, and I came out here to see what was going on. And just at that moment, I saw Elvis getting dragged through the pen, and he went out the other way. All I could say is it looked like, it's going to sound crazy, like a giant bug.
Sounds right. Good thing you called us.
Yeah.
And you can see a scud tear of running down Sadie's cheeks.
It's okay, little miss. We're gonna get you goat.
When the group started walking in there, could I have like hung back and like went and go talk to the boy instead? Because they got that. There's 3 of them.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so Billy's kind of giving you the stink eye, and do you walk over to him?
Yeah, I'd slow walk over. I saddle up, squat down next to him, and yeah. How's it going, partner?
He doesn't really shake your hand. He doesn't quite know what to do, but are you like really a bug buster?
That's what it says right here on the jumpsuit, right? Right out on the back.
Cool. And like you guys kill insects with guns and
like yeah, we squish them good. We shoot them up. They splatter everywhere.
And just at this moment, Maverick, you remember a standard issue in the van is like there's a whole bunch of T-shirts in there.
Oh,
various sizes.
Listen, I got something for you. All right. You wait here while I go to the white panel van by myself. All right.
There we go. I was like, don't bring this kid back to the car with you.
Yeah.
For him, dude. Come on.
I got something to chew. Like, you want it? No. So I go in there and I and I like anything that like doesn't really matter. Like I'm just trying to make like a big show of this or whatever. Anything that doesn't really matter, I'm just like throwing out the back of the van. I'm like 1 second, like doing a whole thing. I'm like, I got it. And I find a shirt. And I bring it out, and I think this one will fit you. How do you like this? You want to be an official, unofficial bug buster?
Oh, cool, mister. Cool. And he's so overjoyed, he grabs it, and he rips off his kind of torn up shirt. You can see the Smiths don't have a lot of money. Puts it on, and he's proud as a peacock. He's like kind of wearing it around. He's all, man, that's so cool. And he starts heading over to the van to see what else he got.
Oh, well, I got a question for you real quick, bud. Did you see anything about, what happened? Something about a goat is all I've heard so far.
Well, I didn't see nothing about a goat, but, there's been kind of some strange stuff going on. The other day, me and my buddy Jeff, we like to, go spy on Lover's Lane, once in a while. So we got our binoculars and we went down there and we're checking that out. And, just at that moment, the whole radio tower, it just kind of lit up, just kind of crazy like. And it just like for like 2-3 minutes, it just kind of, it shined up kind of super bright, and then it just went away. And then, Jeff, Jeff's brother, at least, he likes to hang out up at the old mine. They like to go up there and drink beer and lit off fireworks and such. And he said he saw something in the mine, and he got a scrape or something, but he couldn't tell his parents because he wasn't supposed to be up there.
How old are you?
12.
Oh, all right. It's a little better. It's not like he's like 5, like running around spying on people's on Lover's Lane. But I mean, you should be careful to not get caught doing some of that stuff, because you don't want to be called a peeping Tom. but I was your age once. Well, thank you for that information, bud. And you can let everyone know that you are an unofficial bug buster.
Well, that's awesome. And you know what? If you need anything, I got a whole bag of fireworks up in my tree fort. You just let me know, and I can take them out. I take out those nasty bugs.
Yeah, where is the tree fort?
And you can see, like, right outside his window, there's like a big giant tree with a tree fort, and that's where his tire swings also hanging. He's all, I got a walkie-talkie too if you need it.
That's good to know, bud. We might take that from you. I'm gonna go see what's going on with these other people here, right? I gotta keep them in line, you know, kind of the boss. And I just ruffle his hair a little bit, and I go back to the group while, like, they're wrapping up just in time to see, like, the tear come down or something.
Cool. And you can see Billy's like, now he's walking a little bit like Maverick, a little bit of a So we get back to our other group who's at the pen, and you can see Sadie's crying, and she's a little distraught, and she's like, you know, Elvis, he's the blue ribbon goat last year. I don't know what I'm going to do this year. And Paul says to the bug busters, so what do we do?
Well, we'll have to look around.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you get busy, and I'm gonna go back to what I was doing because, you know, Ma, she doesn't like it when I sit around.
Yeah. Do any of you want an autograph before I get out of here?
Everybody kind of, Sadie and Paul look at each other like they don't recognize you.
Oh, okay. Maybe later.
Yeah. I just whispered to Madison, I'm like, he's doing this again, huh?
So, bug busters, what's the plan of attack?
So where's the radio tower? I guess.
Yeah, I impart all the information I got from young Billy to the group and say, so we got radio tower, had some funny business going on. Mine, something scratched some kid in the mine. I'm gonna throw that map back up here real quick. So we know. So we're a Smith farm here. Radio tower's way up there, and the oil mine's way over there. Okay, all right, and that's Lover's Lane. Lover's Lane is on the way up to the radio tower. It's like the side area. That's cute. It's by the water and stuff. I would make out with somebody there. Yeah.
So radio tower?
Yeah, well, should we check around here first? I have endurance, so I could just run to the other side of the fence real quick and see if there's anything that was left behind or anything.
Cool.
Sure, bud.
Count.
Yeah, but it takes forever because he does it in slow motion.
Okay, so Baywatch, you're heading across the pen, and, you know, the goats still are kind of a little bit skittish, you know, like they've seen something, been traumatized, and so they're kind of and making noises and stuff like that. And you can see at the far side of the pen, there's the fence there. It's a little bit broken, like, but not fully broken. And if you, upon closer examination, you kind of see an ooze on the fence. And
what color is the ooze?
A tuft of fur. Well, the ooze is kind of like greeny, slimy.
Is the fence broken in a way that was like multiple pincers had torn it apart?
If you were to describe it, it would be like, you know, somebody tried to squeeze something through a hole.
Oh, like that. Yeah. Do we have anything to collect samples? Is that helpful? Is it like look acidic? Is it like burning through what it's touching, or
it's just kind of just sitting there like an ooze?
Okay.
But you do have collection jars in the van just for these types of things.
Yeah, I'll just yell over. Yo, Busters, we might want to, if somebody could get some jars over here. We got some, looks like Class A ooze.
And
yeah, Carl Weathers runs back to the car and grabs a couple of collection tubes, runs back. It's like, here you go.
And you also notice the corn stalks there are kind of bent and bent over in a little bit of a spread past that where that break in the fence is.
Like looked like it was like stomped on, or looks like it was like something large was forcing itself through.
Kind of bent like something walked through there.
Carl points at it and he's like, there's something over there. And you can tell that he's flexing his arm as he does that, you know? Yeah.
I also love the idea of Carl Weathers, codename Apollo, only referring to himself as Carl Weathers in third person like the entire time. So Carl Weathers will go get jars from the van. You remember Carl Weathers, right? I didn't really lose a hand to a crocodile.
I assume this takes place before Happy Gilmore, you know?
Yeah.
He's like between jobs. He's waiting for the Chubbs Peterson part.
Yeah, the 90s were rough for Carl
Big
Weathers.
break.
Well, we should probably follow the trail just a little bit before we leave, no?
I agree.
All right, Apollo. Well, I saw your strong arm. Why don't you go ahead? I'll be right behind you.
Is it assumed that I have my bat on me?
Not at this point, but if you need to go back to the van, you could get it.
Yeah, I like indicated like, hold on, one moment. I go back to the car, I get my bat, like some test swings. It's like, you know, it's like a shitty, cheap lightsaber.
And that is, I'll say, that's a problem with almost all Bugbuster weapons, is just when you think you're going to have a victory, you never know if it's going to fail on you. So just as a foreshadowing of what could happen. But so you get your weapons. Who's going to follow this trail? Let's use our first action roll. So let's use puzzles for the specialty and your cool factor. So your cool attribute, and if you have puzzles as a specialty, you get an extra die.
Got to mark my specialties.
I don't have puzzles, but I do have a high cool factor because he's fucking Carl Weathers. So
okay, so let's do a difficulty of 7, just to
cool,
not too hard.
Ryan, I have a cool of 4, just so you know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so we're going to roll now on the roller. So we got action dice and doom dice. So what are we doing here?
So 4 action dice, is that how many cool you have?
That is how many cool I have. And for those of you listening along who might be confused, Ryan's rolling all of our dice tonight. So
yeah. And I don't know, Ryan, if you can do like is that from a website? Can you do like a plus size just to make it a little bit bigger?
Oh yeah, so when I roll it, like
then it kind of,
the dice roller keeps getting longer and longer and longer.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I can zoom on this to get to this part. There we go.
There.
So that's it. Just 4 in a roll.
4 and a difficulty of 7.
Boom. So 5, 3,
10.
1, and 5. Yeah.
we got 10.
So, yeah, 10 top, 2 dice. So yeah, you're following this trail, and it kind of, gets less and less prominent. But since you're such a good tracker, you go and you see that it hits the road between the Connor farm and the road and the Connor farm, and then the trail goes kind of cold as soon as you hit the road.
Is anyone like walking with me?
I'm behind you.
So during this walk, I'm explaining to you how, like, during the shooting of the movie Predator, we actually walked with a guide, and I learned a lot of stuff while working with this guide in the forest or in the jungle. And then we hit the like, oh, it's going cold, let's go back. You said it went cold where? At the Smith farm?
At the road, and you look across the road and you can see the Connor farm on the other side of the road.
Okay.
And
right where the corn maze is.
So it kind of like it terminates at the road. And can you do a Jesse the Body Ventura voice?
No,
Did Jesse still do a Jesse?
Oh, because he was in Predator. I can't do the voice.
It's been so long since I've actually seen Predator.
Oh.
Yeah, me too.
Now he just does conspiracy videos, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now all I remember of Predator at this point is how great Arnold is in the last like 30 minutes of that, and then the one handshake at the beginning where they grab each other and they just start flexing. Yeah.
I love that Arnold was just like, I'm gonna make tons of movies and just have all my bodybuilder friends with me like the entire time. Like the entire cast of Conan is just dudes that he was like ripping weights with.
Yeah, well, wouldn't you do that? That's like the best. That's like right now, right?
Hey,
exactly.
Gotta look out for your boys.
Except they're making millions of dollars.
Yeah.
Just like us. So we head back to the Smith farm, and I relay what we've seen, where it terminated, and then my best guess of where it's gone, which is to the Connors corn maze. What are we thinking, gang?
I don't know. How do you feel, Rewind?
Kind of kicking some rocks around, not really wanting to go in the maze and kind of looking. I think they got room for 3-legged goats at that next blue ribbon thing. Feeling not so good about this one.
Well, we know there's the radio tower, we know the mine, and we know the maze. Do we think it's just one, or do we think these things are everywhere?
I say we start with the maze because it's the closest, and then we can move out from there.
The maze is also a fucking maze.
No, it's corn. You just go straight through.
I mean,
not a real wall.
Like technically that is, but
true. Did we see families at the corn maze?
Yeah, there's some families when you went past, there was like families and moms like yelling at their kids and that kind of stuff going on there.
Yeah, I mean that's my thought is if something was eaten, people would be screaming. So we can always come back, like but there probably shouldn't be anybody at the radio tower of the old mine right now. We can at least take a peek of that, especially during the day.
Yeah. Wait, did the attack happen at night?
It did. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a flashlight.
Let's come back when it's night then.
Perfect time to fight bugs is in the dark.
Where do you guys want to go first then? I don't care. So
my thought is to go the farthest and then come back the closest versus do the closest and then have to go out to the farthest.
Okay. There's logic in that.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So old mine, is that what you're thinking? Or radio tower? I guess radio tower.
I thought radio tower, old mine, because we know something freaky happened at the radio tower. But if they had no radio at all, we would be hearing about people not getting their shows. So maybe just like traces up there, old mine, potentially something could be in there. And then we know something could be at Connor's farm. So my thought is gather a little evidence, maybe go, bust a bug or two, and then figure out what's really going on down here. But, that's just my 2 cents. That's my,
I'm into it. Let's do it.
I'm ready to follow.
Nothing bad ever happened in mine.
So what's the consensus? Where are we going?
Radio tower.
Okay. So you hop back in the bugmobile and you see Billy's he's got his t-shirt and he's like looking cool and he's pretty happy as you drive away, and Paul waves to you.
Finger guns. Yeah.
Paul waves to you as you're going out. And you go up the dirt road and you're driving past, and now you're going to be at that point where Apollo stopped the trail, and you keep driving past that point, and you see there's like there's a vegetable patch on the right side where Connors is, and there's a like kind of scarecrow in there, and you go past that, and then you get to a bridge, and you cross the bridge, and you guys know your kind of way around here because you've seen Lover's Lane there before. And you go past the bridge and you see Lover's Lane down below, and it brings back a flood of memories of all the good times that you had there as a teenager. You guys are all washed up now, by the way, just in case that wasn't apparently clear.
Happily so.
I'm playing Carl Weathers.
Carl Weathers
maybe
is never
you
washed
as
up.
my knee clicks like 80 times as I bend it.
And then you pass the road going down to Lover's Lane, and you go there and you see a sign on the road to the radio tower that says SETI Research Center number 586. turn left, and you I assume you go up that road, and you're going up, and it gets a little bit choppier, a little bit bumpier because it's not like a well-trodden road. And you finally get up there, and you see this like huge radio tower, but at the base of it, there's like a building, and there's like, it looks like almost like a concrete kind of bunker at the base of the radio tower. And there's a couple of vehicles there. So as you get closer, then you see that there's like a sign on the door saying no entry permitted. Call this number for more information.
We don't have cell phones because
I was gonna say we find the nearby rotary phone.
Is there a car phone?
There's no car phone in the Bugmobile.
Oh shit! Well, Carl Weathers writes down the number. Or Apollo writes down the number. Legally
Carl
distinct
Weathers.
Apollo.
Yeah.
Is it one of those things that everybody thinks it's Carl Weathers, and he just like he doesn't actually tell people he's Carl Weathers? Everybody goes, "Oh, you look like Carl Weathers."
No, I think he tells everybody that
Yeah,
he's
I
Carl
think he
Weathers.
tells
Everyone's
everyone
like, "Who's
he's
Carl Weathers?"
I think he is in fact Carl Weathers, and he also tells everyone. Like when you're talking about reminiscing about Lover's Lane, he's just like, he's from Louisiana, you know, like that's actually where he's from, by the way. In Williams. I Googled it.
Most research we've ever done for a show is to look like Carl Weathers.
Yeah, so I mean, so there's a fence, right? And there's no barbed wire on the fence or anything, right?
No, there's no fence at all. It's just like the door, like there's like a sign near the door saying call for like entry after, like no entry permitted. Call this number if you want to talk to us.
Is it no entry like on the premise, or is it no entry into the building?
Just that's the sign on the door.
Oh, the
like
door.
so, like you guys are at the building, you get there, and basically a sign saying, go away.
Carl's gonna try the door.
Okay, it's locked.
Okay. Did we pass a payphone on the way up here? Because it's the 90s, so I assume there are still payphones.
At a gas station way back, you'd have to go, or you go back to the Smiths. You could use their phone.
I look at the rest of the crew.
Carl Weathers needs to pay for my gas.
Yeah, Baywatch I think is just running around like the fenced area, right? Because you don't have to get into the building to get to like walk around the radio tower, right?
Yeah, no, you can walk around. It's like kind of just like an open area, but like the bottom of it is a bunker, and there's just that one door leading in and out of it.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm just checking stuff out the perimeter.
Yeah, fuck it.
So what's the play?
Yeah. I mean, if Baywatch, like we don't need to go in the fucking building to go look at the radio tower. So let's look at what we can look at outside here. Let's follow Baywatch's lead, and if we gotta go. What
did the sign say when we turned up to the radio tower? It didn't say radio tower. It said
SETI Research Center.
Research Center.
Yeah,
but that was to the left. We didn't take that turn, right?
No, that's the one in the radio tower.
So this is not just radio tower. This is a research center. And there's some weird bug shit happening, which may be totally unconnected, but
it could also be. Listen, I like where your head's at.
I think Carl Weathers is going to try to force the door.
Oh,
He's like, he does that, and he's just like, and he pulls as hard as he can.
Yeah. Let me just for a second here. I'm going to bring up one of the bug buster codes.
Oh yeah.
Because just to remind you, the bug buster code is clever tactics over loud dramatics. Keep it covert. Let your moves speak softly. Successes in silence. Defeat in noise. That's been hammered into all the bug busters.
So he pulls out his car phone. No. I think we should move on to the mine and later on try and make a call and get in here.
You do know that there's two cars outside of here, and there is the door.
Just knock. Bang, 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 bang. Knocks Apollo on the door.
Okay. you hear like the hollow sound of like footsteps. You know, like in a stairwell, like a concrete stairwell. And it's getting louder, and then finally the door swings open, and there's this young, kind of like Eastern European looking guy. He's yeah. What?
Hey, I'm Apollo, a member of the Bug Busters. We're in town, checking up on a bug disturbance.
Disturbance? No, we got no disturbance here. No, good. We're good.
Well, we're offering free inspections to you right now, and I just walk forward.
Okay, you kind of like just push your way past him. He's intimidated by the.
No, I try to friendly, like I'm a big, strong guy. And I try to like put my arm around his shoulder and like walk with him in. So not like violent push past him, but like, come on, I'm doing you a favor. Okay,
let's roll your convince. He might have seen Rocky too. Mm-hmm. So let's roll your convince at a difficulty of 8, and that's your cool.
Awesome. I have convinced, so I guess I take another one. So my cool is 4, and I also have convinced, so that adds one more to it. So 5.
5, and so the top 2 dice on that.
I love a dice pool system, y'all.
Oh wait, so I'm resetting this, and how many am I doing again? 5.
5.
Yep.
5. Oh shit, 11.
Oh wow. Okay, so Alexi's kind of like into. He remembers you, and he's like, oh yeah, okay. And so you're showing him in, and there's like this like kind of concrete stairwell going up into the thing, and he's yeah. I guess we check our bugs. Check our bugs.
What do I see as I'm moving through? Anything really jump out at me?
Well, at this point, you're still in the stairwell, but you come out of it into like a bigger area, and you can see that there's like almost like inside the building, there's like this like telescope that comes in from the building and from the radio dish on the outside, and surrounding it is a giant catwalk, and underneath it is a whole bunch of like, at this point would seem like pretty big computers to you, like mainframe type of things, kind of like whirring and spinning and that kind of thing. And then the catwalk goes up, and you can see there's an open window higher up on the catwalk, and there's 2 people up in an office there, just silhouettes at this point.
I'm like, wow, what's all this? Very cool.
Oh, it's top secret. I can't say, but it's space stuff.
Are any of y'all following me down here, or am I just like?
Yeah, we're like, all right. So to the mines. Can we just leave? Finally got rid of Carl Weathers. No. Yeah. I mean, yeah. If you went down there, I assume we'd all go down there. Unless Baywatch, if you were
near the perimeter. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Rewind, are you going to go down, or you do the perimeter?
Yeah, I'll go down for sure.
All right. Well, if Rewind went with Apollo, I was already talking about doing the perimeter with Baywatch. So me and Baywatch will scout the perimeter while Apollo and Rewind go down too.
Okay, so let's do the folks on the perimeter. You're kind of walking around, and you see that like a little bit up, higher up on the wall, you see the window, and you see 2 people in there, and they kind of look like they're kind of arguing with each other and kind of like angrily shaking their fists, but you can't really make it out. It's just kind of silhouettes through the window at this point. So that's something that you see on the outside.
We see any bug business on the ground? No scrapes, no ooze.
No, and the tower is kind of located in the forest, so there's like trees surrounding it, and so other than that, it's kind of like there's this parking lot outside the radio tower, but that's about it. Otherwise, it's surrounded by forest.
Okay. You know who argues a lot? People who have seen bugs.
I guess, yeah, technically they could. Yep.
Working off intuition here.
Yep, you got it, Baywatch.
Okay, so the folks on the inside, Alexi is like, okay, look for bugs here. Look, see no bugs. I don't see no bugs.
Well, you gotta get really. It's gonna take us some time. We have to really examine. You don't want to leave this, especially with sensitive equipment.
So, are you gonna like start examining, or
Yeah, totally. I start looking around and seeing what I can see.
Pushing on walls.
Yeah, pushing on walls, knocking on them.
I should go tell Lombardi that you're here. I should go tell.
All right.
So he goes away and he like starts running up that catwalk to Lombardi's office, and he kind of runs up there. So right now you guys are kind of in the mainframes looking around for bugs as Alexei runs up the catwalk.
I look over at Rewind and I'm like, okay, now.
Offer him an autograph for information or something. I don't know.
Are there any like terminals nearby for us that we could access?
There are, and one that might be kind of around the corner a little bit that is out of sight from
I want to go around the corner and out of sight.
Okay, so you go up to the terminal, and you can see that it's like, an 80s computer, like it's, well, I guess 90s, like early 90s computer.
Yeah.
And it does have a terminal, kind of monochrome screen still at this point.
As God intended, right? I gotcha. The better screen. Yeah.
DOS,
it's like weird, dark, and like green text and yeah, DOS. Yeah, very good. Yeah, I start typing on it.
Do you have any computer skills?
I have electronics.
Well, that's not computers.
Same.
That's
then no.
But your handy skill, which probably defaults to 2, would allow you to kind of see what you could do for it.
Great. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so this is a difficulty of 11. And you have 2 dice.
Let's do it.
I have real quick. We also all start with 6 Lux dice, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
Oh, that is true.
And yeah, as a reminder to everybody watching, everybody gets 6 luck dice. So players, please track those as you use them up. And that luck dice allows you to roll after a failed roll. So that's kind of the primary purpose of that. But if you want to add a doom die and then you get an extra black dice in your roll, and then you can actually get a potentially higher score. But then those doom dice go directly towards your trauma or your doom stack. Right. To get an 11 and you only have 2 dice, you may want to consider either adding from your doom dice, which eventually end up on your doom stack after you use them, or waiting to see if you fail and then using luck dice after.
Can I do a combination of the 2?
Well, you generally don't want to use your luck dice until after the fact, because
can I just go ahead and do a doom, and then if I don't get it, then use a luck dice?
Yeah, you can use all 6 of your luck dice on this roll if you.
Let's use all of. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, so I'll go ahead and I'll take a doom. So it makes it 3 dice.
Yeah, so 2 white and 1 black.
That's it. We roll.
Yeah.
Ooh.
10. Oh,
so close.
So then I'll use a luck die to re-roll 4.
Okay. Well, you just add. Ryan will just hit add luck.
Just hit use luck. That's it.
Hit use luck.
3.
And that's a 3. No, that's not helping you. So that's 1 luck gone for you, Apollo.
I'll use another one.
Okay.
Feeling lucky.
Oh shit.
So use luck again.
Yep. And
6.
That's a 6.
12. Okay, that's
it is what it
awesome.
is, y'all.
So you use 2 luck dice. So those are now you're down to 4. And you don't know how you did it, but you went and you somehow gained access to this terminal.
Fucking hitting it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah. 0 space 1 space 0 0 space 1 space. So he would have 1 doom dice on a stack, right? His stack would start now.
So now you're tracking 1 doom dice on your stack.
Tracking it.
Dope.
Okay.
What do I find on the computer?
So you see that there's a graph, and on that graph, like last night, there's a huge spike of data that came in. And you're looking at the data, and it's like something like weird happened last night as far as like the whatever they were monitoring, all of a sudden there's a huge spike in it. And at this point, you can't really determine anything more than that, other than there was like a huge change on that particular night.
Okay. I'm gonna like backspace. I'm gonna X out a bunch of stuff or whatever. It's not X out actually at this point. It's gonna be, I'm gonna go backwards in the like the branch to where the start screen is, and I'm just gonna walk away. I'm gonna look up a rewind and be like, something weird happened last night.
And there were some weird glyphs that didn't even almost like, when the computer goes haywire on that, the weird glyphs that were part of that spike, that they almost look like the computer generated them. They don't look like anything you've ever seen before.
Yeah. I say all this to rewind.
No goats in the area are safe is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like it. I think we're going to start walking towards the exit.
I think it's time.
Okay. And just as you head there, this woman in her 30s, very professionally put together, she gets to the bottom of the stairs, and Alexi's behind her. And you see higher up on the stairs, there's this man. He looks really grumpy, really frazzled, 5 o'clock shadow, perhaps going through a midlife crisis. He looks pretty angry, and he's at the top of the stairs. And Lombardi goes, so what exactly are you doing here?
We're checking for infestations that are taking over the area.
Like,
and who called
to the
you?
Bugbusters logo.
Yeah, pointed to, but yeah, exactly, absolutely. The mayor called us. It's town-wide.
The mayor has no jurisdiction out here. We're outside of city limits, and we're a private research institute. And
I'm sorry, I meant the governor.
Oh, well, I don't imagine the governor would know what's going on around here.
Well, if you have anything odd to report, feel free to let us know. But if not, you're clean.
I suppose that's good to hear.
Yeah, and I take out my card. I assume I have a card, right?
Yeah.
And I give it to them. I'm like, please, if you think of anything, call us.
And your card is like an old Bugbuster card that they crossed off the name and they put Apollo on it, exactly. And that's your new business card. So she looks at it and looks at you up and down.
Yes, I know. I am, in fact, the actor Carl Weathers.
Sitting back there just rubbing my receding hairline. Like,
Alexi looks like he kind of got caught. Like he's kind of like looking at you like you got him in trouble.
That guy let us in.
No questions asked.
I'm just an intern. So he looks like he looks like he's in trouble now. Yeah. He was like a Drago fan. He was like
cool. Yeah.
He dies. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Madison, unless you have anything you want to talk to him about, I'm willing to make an exit, but if you want to make a conversation,
I'm willing to make a smooth exit.
Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. Glad to know at least this part of the town is safe from the bug menace.
Okay, and she like ushers you out, and you can see the guy on top of the stairs is like really giving you the stink eye.
I smile at him, like genuinely too, like not a fake smile, like I mean it.
You don't get any reaction from him other than
doesn't matter. I did it for me. So
does the lady look like evil? Is she wearing like the evil pencil skirt and has like a mole and like the slicked back bun, and she's like kind of standing with her hands?
She
like,
looks very professional. No mole, unfortunately.
No mole. But the bun, right?
Yeah, she looks very professional bun. And kind of like a go-getter and type A personality.
Gotcha. Just checking.
Whereas the guy on the stairs looks kind of more like disheveled and, like I said, kind of potbelly, unshaven. And Alexi's like just this young, eager, now disappointed young intern. So you guys make your way outside and you meet up with the other two that have been scouring the outside. and you're back at the Bugmobile.
I got to tell you something. There were people arguing.
Oh. Okay.
Yep.
You know who
All right.
argues? People who've seen bugs.
That could also be true.
Yeah, I
What'd
tried
you
to
guys find out?
explain. I tried to explain causation versus correlation, and it's just bouncing off the. I think too much sun across a lifetime. You know what I mean?
So what were they arguing about?
No idea. What did you find out?
More than you, apparently.
That's good.
And then I recount the story of the weird underground facility full of like supercomputers, and then like the big data dump last night, and the weird like glyphs that were computer generated, and the weird guy staring at us, even when I genuinely smiled at him and I meant it.
Mhm.
Well, it's quite a winning smile too, so I don't understand why I wouldn't respond to it. You know?
I know.
Yeah, you deserve better, Apollo.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The only thing we busted in there was Falco's dreams at some point, so
Yeah.
all we got.
Yeah, we might got the Eastern European intern in trouble. So
Yeah. Well,
Paul was like, that guy listen.
all right. Well,
That guy.
we're like just like piling in the van as we recount these things, and you
No
know,
seatbelts.
it's the 90s. I don't.
Yeah.
Everything's still metal. We're good. So what's next? We hitting the old mine and then going back to Connor's when the lights start going down.
I think so.
All right. Hit it. Rewind.
As we drive to the mines, the radio station that it's stuck on only plays Tibetan throat singing, so the vibe is really real tonight.
Yeah. So I rock out regardless.
So rewind, you're driving down this bumpy road and you get to the main road, and as you're about to turn onto that main road, a big giant truck just kind of goes zoom and zooms past you, kicking up a big dust cloud and kind of leaving you guys sitting there. And so you can't almost even move it. You see it heading down towards the Smith farm and the Connors, and kind of nondescript big white rig with a trailer on it, but it came from over the mountain, and these are kind of back roads. You don't expect to see like big trucks like this. Big back roads, small
that
back
thing
roads
was
like this.
howling.
Over yonder.
Maybe we should follow it.
Flip a bitch and let's go.
So you decided to follow it now?
There's Tibetan throat singing going like,
Yeah.
You have to. It's a good mood in the dark as the sun's
Yeah.
setting. I can see it.
If we're just like spitting out with the dust, I'm definitely hanging out like with my hat, just like whipping it around like this. Like,
So you
Rewind's
you follow
driving.
the
Are we
truck,
chasing or what?
Are you going
Yeah.
after the truck, or are they going up to the old mine?
I feel like that truck has something really interesting. Like, there's no reason for it to be speeding that fast down this desolate highway of dreams.
I agree.
Seem to be nightmares.
Okay, so you're following it. You can't really see because there's so much dust. You're like driving down the road, and you go past Lover's Lane again. You go past the bridge, and then you go past that scarecrow again. And the dust, you can see it's starting to settle, and that big white truck has pulled in and is backing in to the Connors.
Pull past it a little bit, and we'll cut through the maze, and we'll look.
And slowly creep the car up a little bit. Turn down the music.
So do you go like past the Connors then, and like just keep driving, and then go to the far side of the maze, or? I don't think everybody can see the map that we see on the screen here, but
I can't see it because this advertisement on Twitch. So.
Oh, and you don't sub to our channel.
Give me some theater of the mind.
But
Yeah.
But on the map, if you go past the Connor's house, that's kind of like the back end of the maze.
So make the call. I can't see. There we go.
Can't see.
I'll send it to everyone except the person I do not have their Discord for. Maybe Garry can do that one. I mean, we're in town busting bugs. We don't need to. I mean, and this thing was ripped. It's a giant truck hauling down. We don't need to like hide. It's middle of the fucking day. Just park. Let's get this thing going.
Let's do it.
We out here busting bugs. We ain't out here like busting our asses to do nothing.
Okay, so you pull into the driveway, and kind of the tail end. You can see it's like already starting to get dusk. And the minivans are less than when you first passed by it, but there's like still a few families in there. But that big white truck is just backed into the barn, so like the opening in the back of the truck and the barn are kind of aligned. And you see a ticket booth, and you see an older, distinguished, I would say, lady in her 60s, 70s at the ticket booth.
Who's taking this one?
I took the last one.
I nominate Carl Weathers again. You handled that really well.
No, Carl was just talked enough. My throat's starting to hurt. Someone else. I think it's Marco's turn.
His muscles are tired from pointing at things.
Yeah, I can't keep pointing
that way. Baywatch, go get her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just look good. That's what I'm going to describe the way I go up, and I say, "Hey there, Miss. What's I'm here to help, and I was just curious if you've been scared of anything recently."
Let me just stop you right there, sir. I see you've got some cigarettes in your pack, and you have some Wild Rose darts, a standard issue. There's no smoking on this facility. We have a fertilizer tower right there, and if it got lit up, this whole valley could be blown up. So please, no smoking on the premises.
I respect your safety. I was born into safety. I've been a lifeguard forever. This is just to fit in with the boys. Okay, I'll tell you what. No worries there. No worries there at all. What yeah. Have you been scared of anything recently?
That's
Some of your greatest fears.
That's a bit of an odd question. Could I interest you in some peach preserves that we have made at the Connor's farm? They are delicious, I tell you that.
Oh, I would love to, but I don't like to eat while on the clock because I'm in a jumpsuit.
And it is quite a nice jumpsuit, sir. And can I interest you in maybe some carrots, celery? We have a whole bunch of produce here.
Maybe at some other point, have you guys been really busy today? Are you getting busier throughout the week, or is it kind of slowing down for you?
No more than usual. It is our busy time of the year, though. It's harvest, and the kids like the corn maze in the fall. It's kind of spooky, as they say.
I also think it's spooky. When do you guys close? Is it like before dark, or?
We are just getting set to close it. We're only open for another half hour, and then we send Hammy through the maze to clear out any stragglers.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Well, man, it seems like it's a little too late for us to be going through.
We always welcome your money.
That's a good point. That's a good point there. So what's up with you guys get like big imports of your food here, or do you grow it all on site?
We grow most of it on site. The occasional item might be brought in, and we slap a little Connor label on it, but that's just between us two.
That makes sense. Yeah, I saw that semi. I was like, oh, they can't be more than just a fraction of what they're selling,
Oh, they're just picking up a load for the grocery stores. They like to stock at night.
Fancy. That's really nice. You got a few little revenue streams going.
We do our best here to make sure that the Kana farm is sustainable.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, last question for you. As you can see, I'm with Bugbusters, and we're here doing a governor sent little cleanup and checks. I understand that you guys spray the fields, but you probably have heard about the larger bug stuff we do. Do you mind if we take a look around?
No problem at all. If you just pay the $5 each for visiting our maze, I'd be happy to provide you a ticket.
Oh wow, that is so crazy. You know what? I'll make a deal with you. We won't go through the maze. We'll do our inspection for you on behalf of the governor, and then we'll just be able to go after that.
I am afraid that we do not allow people outside of the maze. If you'd be happy to pay that $5, you could go in and investigate yourself. But like I said, we're almost closing.
Wait, do we start with money? I don't remember.
If you standard issue in the Bugbusters, you have $100 petty cash.
Oh no shit!
Each?
No, just as a group. We'd never see Carl Weathers again. He'd be like,
Yeah.
back to
That's all he's
Hollywood.
looking for is $100. So
Yeah, imagine $100 in the
and
90s.
he's good.
That was crazy. $100 in the 90s. $100 now gets you like an avocado.
Yeah,
Most
let
of
me
it.
see how many of us want to go through. I'm going to go talk to the crew real quick. All right, guys. $5 each, and we can check it out. Or they close in 30 minutes.
I mean, Carl Weathers is a fairly good and honest guy, so he's like, "Oh, let's pay for going."
Is that the plan?
Yeah. I mean, I so did a lot of rodeos, and there were a lot of corn mazes near rodeos. I'm just saying, most of them were worth it. Might as well at least check it out.
With some hesitation and thinking about all the stuff I could buy at the next convenience store run, I slowly agree. Like,
I'll also relay the information that, that semi truck is being loaded up with produce right now. Was the explanation I was given, but obviously thing was whipping by. So before we go in, or do we want to split up? Do we want to check that out first?
You don't split up in a maze.
Well, we're not going in the maze yet. I mean, like, should we check out the semi first since it's on a pickup order, or should we ignore it?
Let's go check it out.
yeah, what could go wrong? Nothing.
Do all of you go check it out?
No.
Yeah.
No. Is anybody? We should be distracting the old lady. Anybody got any sneak? Anybody sneaky? We got sneaky boys.
Yeah,
I have
You
Really
got
help.
stealth.
I have
Oh,
acrobats.
rewind.
Yeah.
Unless
Oh,
you're
nice stuff.
backflipping over there, Baywatch, I don't think we need any high dives.
No, I didn't realize we had
That would be cool.
stuff.
Yeah. So why don't we go over there and talk to the old lady, and Rewind just takes a little stroll, just to gander,
Sneaky
just over there.
Okay, so she sees you coming and she's like, "Oh, peach preserves. The word must have gotten out. Are you excited?"
Oh yeah, I do love me some peaches, darling.
Okay, Rewind. Now's your chance to do a little stealth. So you have your
Little
agile
duck
skill.
away.
Do you have your specialty in stealth?
Yes.
Agile.
So that's my 3, I think. Yeah.
If agile is what is your agile?
3.
3, and then if you have stealth as a specialty, that's 4.
Yes.
Okay,
Okay. So yeah, 4.
So this is pretty easy. Let's do a 7 as the difficulty. So
Okay.
that's 4 action dice, right?
That's 11.
Easy peasy.
Okay, so
6
you
and 5.
just Mrs.
Disappear.
Connor is distracted, and you go over there. and you can see there's a bit of a gap between where the truck is backed up and the opening. And if you kind of peek in there, you can see that there's probably 4 or 5 people in what you would probably refer to as hazmat suits.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like loading boxes that don't look like typical like wooden boxes. They're kind of more like industrial boxes.
Oh, okay. Trying to like peek a little further in. Are they saying anything? Like, can I hear any like?
No, they all kind of have
going
like almost like hazmat suits that they're not really talking.
So
They're
Monsters
kind of,
Inc.
yeah, exactly. So you could move closer. You're basically kind of watching them like take from. There's a stack of them inside the barn.
Mm-hmm.
And there's other stuff in there too, produce and stuff like that. But particularly,
I think I'm going to try to move closer then. Yeah, why not?
Okay, let's roll your stealth again. I think we missed Ryan, so let's. Do you have a couple? Oh, there he goes.
Nope. I got you.
There we go.
Where are you?
Just
another-
just hit roll. Hit roll again. It's the same. It won't have. You don't have to reset. Just hit roll again.
Sneakiest person in existence.
Absolutely.
That's a 12.
Wow.
That's a yeah.
That's a critical success.
Like crawling on the walls.
You're totally invisible.
Okay, so you're like right up in the shadows. They're not noticing you for whatever reason. They got their suits on, and you're in the shadows. But you see that these containers are like plastic, like industrial plastic, and with like a lid on them, and they're like locked shut on the sides. And they're going and picking them up from the end, like in the pile inside the barn, and they're almost at the end of loading them into the truck.
Okay. So the whole thing is going to try to be getting back out to go relay this information and take my crew away from the old lady, tell them that she's full of shit, basically.
Okay, so
That's a great game plan.
okay, let's do one more. Just roll again on sneak, and let's just say this one's easier because you're just moving away. Let's do a 7.
Okay.
Gotcha. So, question is there like a critical? I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. Is there a critical success mechanic in this game, like, or is it just a super good job?
A super good job for most actions. When it comes to weapons, there's a whole crit table that you roll
Fantastic.
a 1d6 on, but generally speaking, like you just like really did a good job on this one, and it's a crit success as an action. But with weapons, there's like a whole crit table.
Great. Okay, so another roll here. Ooh, 6.
Fudged it, didn't I?
Oh.
Yeah,
My
luck
shoe
dice.
squeaks. It does
Okay,
like,
so you trip over a rock, and you see a grumpy guy kind of come around the corner. And Ryan, if you don't mind showing that picture of Hammy.
Oh yeah. Well, you do have a luck die too. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, yeah, that is true. You could re-roll.
ooh, maybe I'll throw a luck die in there then.
So just use luck, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's
It
still
works.
6.
Nice.
Oh,
Yep.
you just burned a luck.
No.
You can always do another luck.
I want to see where this goes.
Okay, so
I'm curious.
Love to see it. Boom. Hammy.
as Hammy, you see him there with his gumboots and his pitchfork. What in God's
Pitchfork.
name are you doing?
Maybe I'll just like start quoting a movie at him or something, like doing my best like impersonation. What's a good movie?
And he starts getting closer to you, holding that pitchfork out threateningly, and he looks nasty, almost like a country like you'd find in Deliverance.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And you guys have
Love Banjo Kid.
You've heard
Just
of
like,
Hammy, like from when you were at Lover's Lane. You remember like Hammy kind of lives along the river in an old shack.
Really
Kids
sets
used
the
to-
mood.
Kids used to tease him, and so he never liked the kids. What are you doing here?
Okay. stuttering over my words before I'm deciding maybe I should just start yelling for help.
So Mrs. Connor sees it as you guys are talking to her, and she goes, "Now, Hammy, you be nice to the bug busters here. I caught them sneaking around. They can't get in for free."
So do we see this kind of happening with his pitchfork going towards Rewind?
Yeah, this is all kind of happening now out in the open.
Oh, I told you the bathroom wasn't that way, Rewind.
Oh, darn.
We had to ask this beautiful young lady here where the bathroom was, and I know you couldn't hold it, but where is the bathroom, ma'am?
You know I can't tell my left from right.
Yeah. Mrs. Connor looks flattered that you called her a young lady.
Yeah,
he's very happy. Now, Hammy, just leave the bug busters alone here. Now, are you gonna buy some peach preserves, or gonna take a tour of the corn maze?
Well, I think we're all. I think we all need. Let's do the corn maze. I think that's a great. How much are the peach preserves, by the way?
I'm never peached out ever.
Well, for you, young man, I could give you a bit of a discount there. We could give you a whole jar for $10. It is quite a deal at $10. This is homemade.
Yeah, what's the norm price on them peach preserves there, sweetheart?
13, but for you, 10. Well, maybe even 9. How about 9?
You know what? I will take those peach preserves for $9, ma'am.
And these I made myself, so I hope you enjoy.
Oh my gosh, I can only say that I'm sure that I will.
And should at this point I say Midwesterners that are watching this, don't send hate mail to the Weekly Scroll for our accents of unknown.
Carl Weathers, if you're watching this.
Big fan.
Send your letters to Ryan and Hunter, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's that total? That's going to be, so I know you already gave me a deal, but if we do 4 admissions and the peach preserves?
I can give it to you for a little bit of a discount there, honey. 45. Or not, 28. No, I'm getting all mixed up. You got me all flustered here.
Oh, well, no, you just, how about 5, 10, 15, 20, yeah.
How about I'll just give it to you as a gift because you're so sweet to me, and it'll be $20 for the entry.
Oh,
but when you eat those peach preserves, you tell your friends where you got it from.
Well, listen, when I'm eating these peaches, I'll definitely be thinking of you, okay?
Okay, well, thank you for your patronage. And like I said, we close in half an hour, and you do not want to be out there in the dark.
Well, I mean, not unless you're there too.
So you hand over $20 from your petty cash. You put your peach preserves in the back of the bugmobile, and you head into the maze.
Yeah, give her a little wink on the way out of the thing. Yeah. So
it is getting dusky, just to let you know, and you are heading into the dark. So, now, you guys might know that one of the features of Connor's Corn Maze is that there is a giant monolith in the center of it, and you might see that in the map. And rumor has it that this was dug up by the people that used to own the farm before the Connors bought it. And they've raised it so it's upright because it used to be under the ground and buried, but now it's the centerpiece of the maze.
Always a good idea if you find a arcane stone structure under the ground to raise it up and then worship it. Yeah, so I think we're heading in the maze.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Do you see that score I got on these peach preserves? Just saying. You know?
So for navigation, let's pick who's the best navigator to get you. I assume you want to go to the center.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, eventually we'll get to there. Yeah, and also be looking for traces of bugs and stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So
does anybody have navigate?
Who wants to navigate?
No one. Probably.
Cool is the base attribute for navigation. So if you have a high cool, that's generally good.
I have 4 cool.
I have 3 cool. 4 skill.
So, Apollo and Baywatch in the front.
No, I think Apollo has. Apollo has a 4.
Apollo's going to get back to the pointing again.
Yeah. Yo, you got your rest in.
Yeah, he's not pumped out anymore. So,
Well, because it's a little bit dark, let's do your navigate at a difficulty of 8, and you have 4 dice to get there.
2, 3, 4. Ooh. You
honestly,
got
I'll take a
8.
doom. I'll take a doom die as well.
Well, you did it with.
Oh, I did it.
Yeah.
Hey, never mind.
Yeah. Yep. You got 8.
Okay, so you're making your way there. You don't really see anything that I'd say is like bug related, but I mean, it's a pretty complex maze for a corn maze, and it's pretty thick too. It's not like you can just like barrel your way through. It's quite thick stalks where the maze is. And you come to an opening at the center of it, and you see this large stone, like ancient stone kind of structure. And Apollo, you look and you go, boy, those hieroglyphs look oddly familiar. You might have seen some hieroglyphs carved into the stone that look like the computer hieroglyphs.
Wait, sorry, one more time on that?
There's hieroglyphs carved into the stone monolith, and they look similar to what you saw on the computer screen.
Y'all, hieroglyphs. It's the same ones I saw on the computer screen in the place.
Ay, caramba.
We're talking about what, like that radio tower?
Yeah.
I
don't
really
think it was a radio tower. Something weird going on.
Well, is it a tower?
And
does it have radio?
For a long time.
And rewind, you're standing there and you kind of feel the ground move underneath you just a little bit. Like almost a bit of a soft spot.
Oh, okay. Like a slither, maybe? Or like a scuttle?
It's just like the ground kind of rose up and rose down.
Oh. Kind of doing like that whip around, asking if anyone's seen it really frantically. Anyone else feel that?
Feel what there, Ron?
Ground. It's underneath. It's moving. Did anyone else feel that? It felt like just a split second.
Carlos is too busy. He's like, what? Sorry.
Yeah.
Messing with me? There's rats in the maze.
I think we need to get armed.
Oh yeah. I think I am armed. Is no one else armed?
Oh yeah, you took your Zap bat.
I've been like really shy to bring it around because I feel like it's like weird to just
confidence
a giant weapon.
Yeah. I
let's
guess
just assume,
we didn't.
Let's just assume you're armed.
Yeah, I was gonna say I would hope that before we went into the maze where we thought bugs might be, that we would grab our special weapons. So,
all right.
If that's all right, I would definitely have my electro lash on my waist. You know.
And Marco, you're walking and you're standing near this monolith and you're starting to smell something. And it's like kind of like stinky kind of odor starting to float through the air.
Does it smell like the ooze?
It doesn't. The ooze didn't have a smell, but this definitely does.
Guys, do you smell that wretched smell?
Man, you couldn't fan that away.
Why would I bring it up if I did it? This is a wretched smell.
Listen, you smelt it, you dealt it. That is law. It should be bug buster code is what it should be.
Look, I'm a proud owner of the farts, but this is a wretched smell, I said. y'all better be holding on to your weapons.
So
Yeah.
at this point, the smell gets so strong that I would like each of you to make a saving throw versus acid, which is the same as acid gas. So on your character sheets,
Yeah.
you have a saving throw, and each of you can roll a doom die. And what you're trying to do is get under your saving throw. So most of them, like the saving throw will be between like 2 and 4. You're trying to get under it. If you fail it, it goes onto your doom stack.
Interesting. So
Can
is it
I
just
pull
a
on
doom
my-
die?
Just one doom die. And so
Okay.
this is just this acidy pungent smell.
Can I pull on my gas mask?
Next round, yeah.
And then I have a question about the weapon bonus.
Mhm. Yep.
So mine says no save against acid. Or it says warning, do not get toxins on yourself or save against acid.
That's like a
Never mind.
critical
Yeah.
failure. Is
Gotcha. Okay, perfect. Okay. Let's
Gotcha.
get the
All
doom
right.
die going.
So
Well,
we'll go
everybody-
left to right. Is
Yeah, if you want to, you can either roll it on the screen if you want to just put one doom die on for each one. So
Yeah.
put it all just to 1, and then we can roll across the screen.
so I have a question. So you said this is a save, right?
Yeah.
So do we do it's 2 dice plus, or like the stats
It's,
plus, or just a doom die?
So just a doom die. So the way doom dies work is until
Okay.
you expel the doom, like in this case the gas. If you fail this one, it goes on your doom stack, and then you roll again next time. And
Gotcha.
the same with like if it was like a web or a sting, until you basically get rid of it, it carries forward until you finally pass the saving throw. So in this case,
Gotcha.
everybody rolls one doom die, and if it's under your equal to or under your score, you're good. If it's over, it goes on your doom die.
Gotcha.
Doom
All right.
stack.
So Baywatch first. You got a 1.
You're good.
Let's go.
All right, and then Apollo got a 2.
You're good.
All right.
Almost as good
Rewind
as me.
got a 3.
Rewind, is that good for you for your saving throw for acid?
I have a 3 for that one with
Yeah,
that.
you're good.
Okay.
All right. Well, 1, 2, 3. Let's see what's next. Oh, 1. All right. That's good enough for me. I got a 3 for acid 2.
Okay, so you guys are all good, and you do have standard issue gas masks, so it'd probably be a good idea to pop them on at this point. And you see the ground in front of you. You've seen the movie Tremors, right?
Oh yeah.
There's a heave.
All 80 of them.
Are there that many? There's never one past the first one. So as you see the ground heave and up through, the ground pops up. And if Ryan, if I can get you to put on the gas worms.
Gas worm. Hell yeah. Here we go.
For the record, there are 7 Tremors movies, so
Oh wow.
which is still quite a few.
I had no
There
idea.
we go. Gas worm.
So you can see the little fumes poking out its mouth area and the teeth around its mouth area, and it pops out, and it's going to lunge at who was the closest, which was Rewind.
Uh-oh.
So this is the way initiative works in Bugbusters. It's actually a little bit like PBTA in that sense.
Okay.
But what happens is the monster, NPC, whatever, basically is going to do something, and it is up to you how to react. So it's almost like tipping its hand. It's not going to hit you per se. You could do all sorts of things. Whatever you choose to do, whether it's fight it, run away, or whatever the case might be, is up to you as far as your actions go. But it is lunging towards you.
Can I do like a really dramatic flailing jump away? That like ends up me like landing on my stomach
Yeah.
with a hard like
Yeah, and
dust
you
in the
even, you even got
cornea.
your bat handy. You could even like swing your bat at it and knock it away.
I could.
You
Yeah.
had it in
Okay.
your
That
hand.
might be cooler, right?
Well, at least it would like knock it senseless,
Okay.
hopefully.
Like take out my bat and try to do a spinny thing, but it doesn't really work, and then I try to zap it then.
So in this case, the difficulty of the gas worms, just for everybody's knowledge, so there's no secrets to what the difficulty is. It's a 7. So whatever your handheld weapon proficiency is, if you have a specialty in it, but otherwise it's agile because or actually I think it's tougher than that. Sorry if I.
That's okay.
I'm pretty sure it's tough.
Tough is blunt weapons. Agile is blade weapons and firearms.
So I'm pretty sure it's blunt. So that's going to be your blunt weapons, crowbars, zap-bats, and that sort of thing. So whatever your tough is, and if you have a specialty in blunt weapons, you get to add that. Or if you want to add doom dice in order to do it, and the difficulty is 7.
All right. My tough is 2. So with a specialty in blunt weapons, does that go up to 3? Or
3, yeah, 3 dice.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Okay, 3, please, Ryan, for the action.
Right. That is a total of 7.
Okay,
Hey.
So you hit it, and there's no plus or minus, and the way damage works is like if you're over, that damage goes to it. If it's under, that damage goes to you. Because it's an equal, there's no damage other than your bat damage. So what's your zap bat damage?
The zap bat damage is a +2. Is that correct?
Yeah. So 2 points of damage goes to the bug, and on a tie like this, there's actually like a bit of a jinx effect, and that's what we call it in Bugbusters, is a jinx. So as you hit it, one of the sparks flies off the bat and starts to like smolder in the corn stalks that have been falling on the ground. So it's starting to light on fire here.
Oh crap. Well, I did all I could do.
So 2 points to the gas worm.
Great.
And now you guys see a rewind being attacked by this gas worm. What do you do? You're all within proximity that you could probably jump to aid.
All right. Well, then I'll rip off my electro lash and try to take a slap at that sucker.
Yeah, Carl Weathers is no coward, you know?
Yeah. All right. So my electro lash uses. Is that going to be? So I went with the bat for tough, but then switched.
So it's agile for electro lash.
Fantastic. Good job. Not my primary stat. So then I'll just have. I still have 3 in agile though. What kind of weapon is a lash though? Is it a bladed weapon? Is it a blunt weapon, or is it
looks like
something
whip.
else?
It's basically like a whip. Like you whoosh, whoosh.
But is there a way to get like a? Because there's a blunt weapon specialty and a bladed weapon specialty.
There's a handheld weapon. In playtesting, sometimes the naming conventions change, but it's gotcha. Agile. Like it's your body moving. Yeah, so it should be agile.
Gotcha. But I mean, like, so there's no specialty for whips.
Yeah, it should be handheld weapon. So if like blade.
Oh, like blade. So if I had blade weapon specialty, that would add.
Yeah.
Oh, dope. So I have a blade weapon specialty. I picked acrobatics and blade weapons, so that gives me 4 dice. All right, I got a 4.
That character sheet might be there's a new as playtesting goes, you keep changing things. There's a specialty called handheld weapons, which use your electrolash and vibroblade to show who's the boss.
Oh, cool. That's exactly what I wanted to pick the thing that was closest to the whip, so that would have been my intention anyway. Okay. So I got a 4, a 4, a 1, and a 5, so that's a 9.
Okay, you nail it with 2 points of damage plus the electrolash damage, which is 2. So
it should be 2, yeah.
So it looks like you really took a bite out of this.
Nice. So I just whip this thing back, and it's like charging up, and I just right across it. Yeah.
And it's like the corn stalks are really starting to smolder now. And Baywatch and Apollo, before you can like kind of jump into the fray, you hear behind you the ground kind of moving, and you see another gas worm bust out of the ground.
Hell yeah. This one's ours. Yeah, I'm gonna hit him with that legendary Carl Weathers backswing, you know.
The old Carl Weathers backswing that everyone knows so
Yeah,
well.
absolutely. We all know about that. It's such a culturally significant moment we all remember.
Is that on Wikipedia?
No, it isn't. I was thinking about his character from what's the Adam Sandler movie, man?
Oh,
Happy Gilmore.
Happy Gilmore.
Yeah, but I realized that I canonically said this is before Happy Gilmore, so there's nowhere to go with that.
Maybe this is like, you know, when actors like go on like police patrols to like learn how to.
Yeah, I'm researching a role right now.
Exactly, that's the term.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit with my my Zap Bat. I have 4 in tough, and I have blunt weapons as specialty.
That's 5.
The 5.
Damn,
you're
son.
probably gonna smoke this thing.
I'd made him to be tough and cool. Like that was the whole point. Is that?
Oh, you got a 10. 6 and 4 for your max dice. That's a 10.
And then the Zap Bat is 2.
Okay, so you got 3 over the 7 difficulty, so that's 3 points plus 2. That's 5 to this worm, and it's and like you see a bit of like green ooze fly out of it as you smoke it. And Baywatch, what do you do?
Does that mean it's dead or no?
No, it's still it's still alive.
Yeah, first thing I do is I'm like lighting a smoke on the fiery core, and I'm just like, I told y'all the wretched smell, and I got my badass slicer dicer, and I'm just like, and I have agile and I have firearms. But I don't want to take the negative one yet because I can do the plasma ray. But I'm just going to do a close up, just just kind of attack on it.
So this is like the chainsaw with the 3 spinning blades, plasma blades at the end of it. So the difficulty is a 7. And how many dice do you get to roll?
3. It's the agile, right? Or would it be tough?
Agile.
Okay, cool. 3.
Okay. No doom dice, no nothing. You're good on 3.
Can I add 2 doom dice?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll add 2 doom. Two
you
doom
want to go
dice.
all the way to 2 doom? All right, Here we go. All of that together gives you a 9.
Okay, so you got 2 over, so that's 2 points of damage plus how
3.
much for your vibrant?
3 for the
so
slicer
5.
dicer.
Okay, so that bug just goes and you slice it in half. And so the top half goes flying one way and the bottom half goes flying the other way, and you still got your smoke in your mouth.
Let her rip.
And back to Rewind and Maverick. You still have a worm ahead of you.
Oh, so like the halves are like, do they have like their own like minds?
Well,
now? Like,
there's 2. So
there's 2. Okay. I was gonna say, oh my god, this thing just doesn't die. We're gonna be here for a while.
And I should probably describe it better. These things are about 4 or 5 feet long.
Okay.
They're about. So they're not. Huge.
They're little.
They're not huge.
Tiny.
They're not like tremors.
They're Labradors.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 4 or 5 foot long Labrador. Yeah, common.
Not horrifying at all.
And zapping.
All right. What are we doing, Rewind?
I think I'm gonna do the Zap Bat again. I usually only have like 1 function during combat.
Well, and the fire is starting to get, in your estimations, everybody, like it's probably going to get out of hand here pretty quick if it doesn't get stomped out.
Zap it quick.
Yeah. All right. So how many dice am I rolling for your Zap Bat?
So it'll be 3 for the tough, and then 3. Good.
You don't have blunt weapons?
Yeah, the blunt weapons. I got it.
Do you have the specialty?
It's 2 of them plus the blunt weapons.
3.
Right.
Yes.
Oh, 2 in the blade weapon. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
So you got 4 and a 5. That's 9.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you hit it as well.
Yeah.
And so your damage for the blunt or the Zap Bat is
plus
2.
2.
Okay, so this one you like clock it over the head and it kind of limbers down and it's like kind of shaking there on the ground and just kind of quivering, you know, the way insects do, where they're like twitching.
Yeah.
But it kind of looks disgusting, and this fire is now like really out of control.
Yeah, I'm jumping on that thing with the old boots and trying to stifle it out.
With old boots.
Yeah.
I was looking through our gear. I don't think we have anything to deal with that. I mean, should we try and like?
We could have just not lit a cigarette on it and done something a little earlier with it, but I mean, it was cool.
We're wretched smelling bugs. Should we try and like stamp out some of the corn?
No, we should
not
run.
On fire yet?
It's a corn fire.
Yeah.
We're gonna die. Like there's no stamping it out.
There's 4 of us. Unless it's how like. Is it uncontrollable now, or could we still potentially?
You could still potentially put it out there if you put all your.
I just start stomping. Yeah, these
okay,
boots
I guess
are made for.
Carl Weathers does too.
Yeah.
Stomping.
Yeah.
It's a jumpsuit. Never mind. I was gonna use my
Take your jacket off.
Yeah, it's gonna be a real Baywatchy.
Takes his jumpsuit off. He's just in his underwear.
Yeah. It's just red trunks.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay,
stompy stomp.
So you guys are stomping it, and kind of smoke is kind of billowing out, and through the smoke, you see a figure come out from the other side of it, and you recognize Hammy with his pitchfork, and he does not look happy with you. And he's like, I told you not to come in here. And he's like, get out.
Well, you giant worms.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick up one half and be like,
well, the worms are kind of now like kind of toasted in the.
They're gone. The evidence is gone.
There would be like, but they came up through the ground, right?
Yeah.
So we'll point to the giant holes in the ground where the thing came up out of the thing. Hammy, calm down.
He puts the pitchfork right up to you. And he's like, get out of my corn maze.
All right, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, and I take off.
Okay, so now it's like really dark, and it's gonna be maybe.
No, I mean like I run away from Hammy deeper into the maze. Yeah. Yeah.
On your own?
No, I mean I hope everyone follows.
I follow as well. Yeah, if we're gonna cut into the maze deeper, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, and now
I'm
it's getting like super dark, and it's getting tough to navigate. And see waypoints in the like sky with the hills and that kind of thing. So like you are essentially lost. You're gonna have to do some fancy navigating to get past there. And Hammy didn't chase after you, but you can hear him hollering that he's angry. He's like, and you can hear him over the corn maze. And as you go deeper into the maze, you can hear him less, but you are now deep.
Good.
All right. Well, I mean,
We'll start another fire.
Yeah. So I mean, at this point, we're away from whoever that psychopath.
Hammy.
We already saw the monolith. Was there something else we needed in here? I took off just because he told me not to. So I didn't really have a plan. I appreciate y'all following me though.
We're a team. That's some good ass kicking, team.
Absolutely.
That's right. High fives all around. Woo. Like very 90s, like jump cut high five. Like, you know. Yeah. Freeze frame while we're all in the air, except one person whose feet are still dangling. Well, I mean,
I guess we killed some bugs, and they're probably gone from this area. Let's look somewhere else.
Well, yeah, let's just get the fuck out of here then. Let's just pick a direction and fuck this corn. I mean, just go. We don't need to. It is not a cage.
I mean, that's true. Yeah. So back to the van. Hit up the mines.
Yeah. Okay. I'm good with
well, you don't know quite which way to go.
Yeah, we do. It's that way.
Yeah.
Once
we're out, we'll find something.
This is going to be a navigate 11. Whoever wants to.
So are we trying to get out of the maze? Because my thought is to just
go back to you wanted to go back to Bugmobile and like to
Oh,
navigate
yeah,
there.
yeah. Well, if we just get out, could we just be like, oh, that's a road, and then get back? Or it's just so dark that even when we get out, we won't know where we're
Well,
at?
eventually you'll come to something.
Gotcha. All right. Anyone have
I'll roll.
navigate?
There's water on one side, and there's 2 roads on the other, and there's a hill eventually.
Oh, I couldn't use resourceful for navigate. Could I? What's resource? No, I couldn't. Okay.
So resourceful, just also the type of action that you can take as part of the resourceful, which falls under cool, and for people watching at home, that's like, as an example, like we had an incident where there's some bugs attacking somebody in a restaurant, and they didn't have their weapon, and they used the resourceful roll to have some salt, and they were able to pour it on the slug thing that kind of
Oh, smart. Yeah. Well,
it's
the only thing I got
you
cool
put the
is
pen in
gambling.
I can make a navigate roll. If it's cool, I mean, it's 4 for me.
Okay. So
All right.
I think I said the difficulty was 11 to get out.
Do you want any Doom dice or anything before we do this?
Unless you just want to go and see what happens, we could just
No, let's
walk
throw
in any
Doom on
direction.
there.
Just one?
Yeah.
And you still got luck too, right? All right,
Yeah.
let's see what happens. You got a 6 and a 3. That would be a 9.
Let's hit one of those luck dice.
All
And
right.
Did you track your Doom? You put Doom there?
Yeah.
So track that as on your stack.
I have 2 Doom so far.
That's lower. It's still a 9.
I'm, you know what? We'll use another one.
Same exact roll.
I'm out. Farewell.
All right. So a 9. It's just short of 11.
So you're pushing through the maze, and eventually you hit the water, the river, and then on one end of the river, higher up, going upstream, just from being at Lover's Lane, that's Tinder Falls, and then downstream is where the bridge likely is, and also you kind of know that's where Hammy's shack is. That's where Hammy's area is.
We should
Check out
the
Ham's shack. Yeah.
Go upper deck him.
I think we're gonna go upper deck Hammy in this shack, Yeah, let's try heading that way.
Head towards Hammy's shack. So there's there's a trail along the river edge. People go fishing there and that kind of thing. And then as you get closer, you see the bridge off in the distance, but you see this like shack, and this doesn't have any lights on at the moment. But you presume that's probably Hammy's shack just from the description of it. But the lights are off, and it looks like really beat down, really kind of could fall over at any minute type of place.
I tried the door.
Definitely looks like
It
Hammy.
breaks right off.
Despite it almost falling over, like the door is locked.
Oh.
Try the windows.
All the windows are secured shut.
Yeah. Can we just pry the door open?
Yeah, somebody strong could probably get in there pretty easily.
What is that bug buster code?
I have a tough. Well, that's not. Yeah. But Hammy's not very nice.
I mean, but is he a bug? Are we busting Hammy?
I mean, we just killed 2 bugs on the premise. So I feel like we might need to kind of push through code. Or not. You're Billy thinks you're in charge, so.
Well, I mean, Billy's right. I guess, do we have a regulation about when we need to bust bugs? We bust doors?
For the good of the people.
Yeah.
Yeah, is the code of Doug okay with this since we just stopped bugs, or should we?
The Book of Doug.
Yeah.
There's a number of bug buster codes, but they always try to to push on you during onboarding. And they have like little placards around the warehouse of all these codes.
Feel like we should break code because
hey man,
we just killed 2 bugs.
If that's up to you. You know, if you want to break code, that's up to you. Carl Weathers isn't that type of guy. So,
well, I mean, if we go all the way down to the very last page of the handbook that we all have, it says, work hard, keep your wits about you, and always follow the bug buster code. That's all I'm saying.
All right. You're right. I'm sorry. I got it.
So we have Windows.
I'm so used to
you could pick a lock. That's always a possibility, and that's in the. I'm pretty sure that's.
Yeah, bug buster code says do crime, just do crime quietly.
I have like nothing in handy, so if anyone else has a good handy,
I have 2 in handy.
I also just have 2 in handy.
Well, you always have Doom dice.
That's true.
I'll do it. I was gonna knock it down, so I'll do it.
All right. So you get handy with it instead.
Handy and whatever Doom you're willing to put towards it, or you could just let it fail, maybe, and use luck dice.
Let's do 2 Doom dice, and then I'll use luck if needed.
Okay. What's our
4 total?
This so the difficulty is 7.
7.
Oh,
okay. Damn. You know what's great? Your regular roll is a 1-1, and your 2 Doom dice together is a 6-6.
Woo! That's a dirty 12. That's what I call that.
That's clean as
like. Thank goodness for the Doom. So track those 2 Doom, and the door just like pops perfectly open, and like everybody's like totally impressed with how.
No worries, guys. I used to be a lifeguard.
Did you really?
Yeah, I'm used to saving lives.
So the door swings open, and it's dark in there.
I got a flashlight.
Okay, you shine the light in, and this place looks kind of like the shambles. Like there's crap kind of piled everywhere. There's like an old wooden stove in the corner, and there's like a bed. But kind of oddly, there's like a TV with a whole stack of VHS tapes. Seems somewhat out of place. For
some
tapes.
guy who lives alone has a bunch of unmarked VHS tapes on his TV.
Nothing weird ever came out of that. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you're right. It's always super normal.
That's incredibly well-adjusted behavior.
You said they're not marked? Like they might be homemade?
No, I just said there's a whole bunch of tapes there, but if you examine them, there's not like, Weekend at Bernie's VHS or anything like that. They're all kind of like recordable tapes, and there's like different dates scribbled on them.
Oh shit. Yeah, I'll pop one in.
Do you pop any particular one in, or just
the newest date?
Okay,
like whatever the most recent date.
That's lifeguard thinking. I like how your brain works.
That is
there.
Lifeguard thinking. Hasselhoff thinking. So you pop the one in, and it happens to have the date of yesterday on it, which is the newest one. And you pop it in, and it's really grainy, and it looks like, from your estimation, that it's shooting pretty high up. Like it's not like there's a camera that's shooting high up from the cornfield, or from the vegetable patch, and it's looking towards what might be a road and a whole bunch of corn husks on the other side of the road. So it's kind of filming like a roadway. And it's black and white and really grainy. And it's just like steadily, just like that's all you kind of see. Once in a while, you see like, a moth fly through the scene.
Does it look like that's like it's pointed towards the corn maze, like Connor's corn maze, or
it's pointing away from the corn maze. If you were to guess, if the filming was on the corn maze, it's pointing away onto the road.
Oh, and does it look like, because we would kind of be able to tell if it was facing this either like the Smith farm where we could see the farm part, or like kind of that front yard area?
Yeah, as you're kind of looking at it, that does look like the Smith fence on the other side of the road.
I'm gonna look for the VHS with the date of the incident with Elvis.
That's the one you currently have.
Oh, that's the one right now.
Yeah, but you're at the beginning of it.
Can we just fast forward and like make it go super speed?
Yeah.
X4, X8, you know?
Sure. So
there was fast forward and rewind, I think, in the 90s. That's about it. I don't think we had
this whole multiple choice for fast forward.
X2, okay.
grab me the Roku remote.
So as you're fast forwarding it, all of a sudden there's like a little bit of a blip and then it goes away. So you might want to stop.
Yeah, do that.
Okay.
We're all watching. We can all see this, or
yeah.
Like, yeah.
And
Whoa.
You back it up to that spot. You hit play again, and you see what looks like a large insect creature. You can only see shapes and shadows go across the road towards the Smith farm.
From the Connor's
corn maze.
Does it look like it has more than 2 sets of pincers? Or is it like the...
It almost looks like a giant
worm that we saw.
It looks like a giant scorpion.
So it's different.
Oh shit, man, this is a terrifying movie. And I was in Predator.
Yo, Hammy sucks, dude.
And then shortly after, you see what looks like that same shape come back from the Smith farm with another object in its grasp.
Not Elvis.
Cut back towards underneath the camera and out of sight.
This is no chupacabra, I'll tell you that much.
Nope, that's a bug.
It's a big bug.
Yeah, we gotta bust it.
We gotta bust it.
All right, so here's my thoughts. Clearly, the base is at the Connors. We already found bugs at the Connors. The thing went across the Smith farm, came back to the Connors. I think it's dark already. We get the fuck out of here before Hammy gets back. And we go check out like the barn or something, like where you saw those clearly not produce boxes and fucking hazmat suits, and we find the bug and bust it.
I like
in
that.
that order.
Yeah. Because I don't think my thought. Here's the thing. Here's my thought before we even get too far. I know we're talking about going to the old mine. I'll bet you the old mine leads under the Connor farm. I put any amount of money on it. How much we got left? Like $80? I put $80 on it.
That's some movie shit.
That's all of our money, though.
Well, then I guess.
betting
we only have $100.
Yeah, but we're betting
petty
against
cash.
ourselves. We win either way. That's all I'm saying. I don't actually. Dollars to donuts here doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean?
All right, so let's get in the whip. You know.
Yeah.
Bust some bugs.
Wait.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to get in the whip? You don't want to check out the barn?
Well, here's the thing. The whip is by the barn. So when we get to the whip, we got to the barn.
Cool.
Yeah. So let's just,
Let's go.
we know that Hammy's is near, like, we know where the road, like, when we see the stream and we see Hammy's, we know we can get to the road and just, like, kind of walk down the road, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we just got to get to the road. We walk down the farm. It's not like it's a million miles or something. We'll just walk back. We'll sneak back in and we'll go to whatever, the barn, the farmhouse, the silo, you know, the main house if we need to. But clearly these people are involved in this. So.
Yeah. And we have a bazooka. in the boatmobile. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Let's do it. We out.
Let's
Montage. Walking.
Okay, so
Music.
you get to the bridge, and you climb up onto the road, and you're walking down the road, and you're passing along. You're starting to get to where the Smith farm is on the other side, and then it looks kind of oddly familiar, probably to the video that you just watched. And if you look to your left, you see a scarecrow up in the Connor side of things, and the angle looks oddly familiar.
Huh.
is it beneficial to get rid of the feed?
Well, I think we would like if we know where the camera goes, let's just avoid the camera so we're not on the film in case Hammy's out there creeping.
It's not like a live feed, right? He's recording this and pulling the video later on. So
I mean, that's true. Yeah. Still better not to be on the video though.
Well, the other thing too, I mean, Hammy's a creep, but he does work for the Connors. But why would he video it? Maybe he's trying to get evidence. Maybe he kicked us out because he thinks that he's helping us and he's just a weird old dude with poor social skills.
I bet he
Secret
has
good
a
guy?
goat.
Listen,
What's
I
that,
don't
Marco?
want to think about him having a goat. Is all I'm saying.
Fast forward montage.
Says the guy with the 12. Says the guy with the van and a 12-year-old.
Yeah, right. Listen, I kept the 12-year-old away from my van. That's all I'm saying, specifically. Right. Let's just. Well, the thing came across the road too. Do we see like, if we go from the Smith farm to where the thing went in? Is there like a pathway? Is there a tunnel? Is there something? Can we explore where the thing would have gone back to the thing? Are there tracks?
It looked like it was just like going through the maze. Like there's no tunnel per se. It was just like firing.
Oh, interesting. All right.
Through
Well,
the
let's
corn, not the maze, but the corn.
let's avoid the camera. Let's stick to the edge of the corn maze and get to the back of the property and just start busting.
we do it.
Okay. So you guys are making your way through. I'm not going to make it like you guys are moving fairly stealthy through the corn maze. Every now and again, it's like nobody's expecting you. And you start to get closer and closer, and you see the barn does have some light glowing from some of the cracks. You can kind of see it kind of shooting out of the barn. And you start getting up to it. Now, if you want to go further, then it's going to require a stealth roll if you want to get closer.
All right. Well, are we all going in, or we just have one stealth up and check it out?
I think Carl Weathers is going to go in.
Yeah.
Well, then fuck it. Let's all just do it. So, are we geared up now? We said we had our weapons before we get in, so we have all the things that we need on us.
Yeah,
our normal
everything you
pack
need
and our
except-
weapons.
And the bugmobile is still in the front of the barn. You're at the back of the barn, but and not the bugmobile is like in the parking lot on the front side.
Yeah. I think this is definitely that point in the movie with the camera angle of the four of us, like just making sure we're cinched all in like the thing, and we're just like,
The weapon
it's time to
montage.
bust some bugs, the whole thing, and then we just start like clumping towards the barn,
Okay. So you start getting closer, and who's the worst stealthy person? Who's agile? Who's the worst agile? I'm gonna make you be the scapegoat.
I got 2 in agile.
I have 3.
Oh, I have stealth though, so I have 3
You
technically.
have 3. Anybody just have 2 with no plus?
3 flat.
Oh, so a lot of us have 3.
Yeah.
Mm.
So why don't we just roll a group 3?
All
Group
right,
3.
a group 3. Is anyone taking the I haven't used a doom dice yet. Can I just for the group throw a doom dice in there? All right, so that's 3 plus a doom dice, and I'll use a luck as well.
Okay.
What was our
difficulty of 8?
Ooh, yeah. So I'll use a luck on that too.
Okay.
And another one. And another one. God damn it! Luck dice are broken. No one's rolled
Hey, I
above
got
like
two
a
more. I
3.
got two more. Use two of mine. It's a group roll. Use one of mine.
Even lower.
I use my last one.
All right, 9.
Okay.
Wait, so I used 1, 2, 3. So 3 luck are gone. Okay.
And 1 doom.
And 1 doom.
Okay, so
All right.
you get up to the edge of the barn, and there's enough of a crack to kind of see into it, and you see that there's another stack of those similar cubes that Rewind saw, and there's nobody in the barn until you see somebody coming up from like out of the corner. There's like a bit of a trap door under the barn, and they're carrying up what appears to be stairs going down to the trap, carrying one of these cases. And then they put it down, and then they go back down the trap door.
I'm gonna go poke it.
So you guys are going to go inside?
Oh, I think Apollo said he was going to go poke it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go poke the box.
Okay, so you make your way in stealthily, and you get there. There's nobody around at this point. You get there, and you come to the boxes, and there's these 2 clasps on either side of this case, like a plasticky type case. And you pop it open. You take the cover off, and there's a big black orb like this. It's kind of cloudy and black inside of it. And it's just like kind of like a jelly.
We know what this is.
Yeah, do we know what it is?
Well, of course we know what this fucking is. It ain't our first busting bugs. This is an egg, right? It's like a giant caviar.
Good old-fashioned huevo.
Huevo. This is breakfast. Is what this is. That's what I'm telling you.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, I sneak. I put the cover back on. Whatever I took off, I put back on. I sneak back to the group, and I relay that I'm pretty sure that's an egg.
Let's go get the bug bombs.
I thought we got all of our gear, right?
I don't know if we brought. Did we bring the extra stuff from the bug mobile?
We brought
like bug
everything.
bombs and
Yeah, we
You don't have the bugzooka or bug bombs or RC bot. The bug bot.
Do we need all of that? I mean, here's the thing.
I mean, we can go in guns blazing, but they're people though, so it's kind of different than going in guns blazing with them.
Yeah. But they're bad people.
Maybe that's an assumption.
I mean, they're harvesting giant bug eggs and putting them into cases and exporting them from their farm to somewhere else. I feel like it is an okay assumption to assume that they are not just having special breakfast with these eggs.
You might have a point.
Yeah. Or it could just be some weird rich people because, I mean, caviar is fucking disgusting.
Yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with going in.
Listen, all right. If we're the bug mobile is literally right on the other side of the barn, right? We could just go grab our gear, and we know, like, listen, I've never gone to a place where we suspected bugs, saw a case with an egg and a trapdoor leading down, and been wrong about the thing we want being down that trapdoor. So my assumption is that, and I know I'm assuming again, and if that makes me an ass, makes you one too. I think there's no I in assume. All right, there's a you and a me. We're doing this together. That's my pep talk for the group. Let's do it. So let's go gear up with all of our stuff and head down that thing. Head down the alleyway, the hatch, if that's cool.
Yeah. I feel like super good if we all just like throw a bug bomb first and then just go in. Like that feels.
No,
right.
I think we should. Let's sneak down and use the bug bombs to escape. Now, my question about the bug bomb. I try to turn the accent off so it sounds like I'm not in character. Is this like a smoke bomb, or is this like a bomb that explodes bugs?
It's an explosive bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, so yeah.
20-foot blast. We have
They're
6
ideal.
of them total.
Nobody has a bug blaster, right?
No.
See, bug blasters, they have like incendiary fog that you can like fill caverns with. They're pretty good, and then ignite it.
That's pretty freaking cool.
But
I have the slicer dicer can like disrupt electronic devices or attract metallic objects. That's pretty cool. It might be helpful.
the magnetic field disruption. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Freaking shield.
So the Bugmobile, just so you know, the inside of it has a Cubix, which is like an old flash cube thing that shoots off light and distracts your enemies. It's got the thorax pump that it's like a harpoon gun, and when you shoot it in, it like just continuously pumps it full of toxins after 3 rounds. The Bugzooka, which is like a major thing, but you can only really shoot it once and then it overheats. Then bug bombs, which are good to throw in. And you got your BugBot RC, which you can drive in and record to see what's going on like a drone, and your grappling gun.
So
as well as all the weapons you have.
Yeah, so let's go grab the thorax pump, the Bugzooka, the bug bombs, like everything that we can carry, and let's just get in there and bust.
I'll take the RC car.
Yeah, I'll take the thorax pump.
In the RC car, it's like I'm sure you've you just have like a drone. You can drive it into wherever for stealth.
Cool.
And, investigation.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we should get back to that little undercroft like trap door and throw the RC car in and drive it through.
Oh, we were thinking about just guns blazing. Rewind. What's your choice of weapon? I'll take whatever you don't take.
Rewind, what are you grabbing?
Anyone take the grappling hook yet? It's a fun one.
That's all you. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I'll do the Bugzooka then.
Yeah. Oh, we can all have a bug bomb or 2 and yeah. So we RC carting, or are we just gearing up and getting down there? All right, let's just.
I'm RC car. I'm down to throw the RC car in there and drive it around.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, we gear up at the truck. We get to the opening, and Apollo chucks that RC car down there. What are we doing?
Okay,
Absolutely.
So you guys gear up, and then you're all set, and you go back in there, and you see a guy placing a crate down just at that moment.
Wait, sorry,
extra time.
What was that?
One of the guys in the hazmat suits is putting a crate down and looks up and sees you.
Oh, hello,
Nice.
Carl Weathers.
Wait, no one got the Cubix? Well, that was an oversight.
Yeah. What does he do?
He turns and he drops it and starts running down the.
I'm tackling him.
Okay, make your agile move to catch him, and because he's in the hazmat suit, he's not very far, so it's difficulty of 6.
Okay, I have acrobats if that helps.
Yep, that does.
Nice.
Let's go. 4.
All right, how many dice am
4.
I throwing out? 4.
Yep.
No dooms.
2 doom. We'll do 2 doom.
Whoa.
Well, 1 doom. 2
1
doom. 2 doom. 1
nope,
doom.
already did 1, but you got 10.
Let's go.
Okay, so you tackle him to the ground, and it's not like muscular bug or anything like that. You just like tackle him down to the ground, and you got him kind of pinned there. And his you can hear him mumbling and stuff underneath the hazmat suit.
I'm gonna try and shush him as much as possible. I don't know if that's like pushing his head into the ground
him.
or not too bad, but shh.
Like when you accidentally punch your brother or something like that. It's like,
and Maverick, from your rodeoing days, this is like your bread and butter here in the barn. There's rope. There's like,
oh yeah, I hog tie him up. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, chuck him in a corner, throw a hay bale in front of him, and not worry about it. Just both hands up, you know.
Okay. So he's tied up there, and Baywatch choked him out. So he's kind of unconscious and tied up. Now you can conduct your plan. So who wants to go down and put the bug bot in?
I would like to switch to the hazmat suit.
Oh, you get an
Guys
extra
playing 4D chess.
Yeah, you get an extra luck die.
Ooh,
Maverick, you get a luck die for that.
yeah. I'll delete one of the ones I used already. All right, so and I will carefully brush off my hat and set it aside, and I will come back for you. All right. So then, do we even need to do the RC bot, or do you want me to just scout in there?
I say you just scout in there. I would pull this thread and see where it goes.
Yeah, let's just do that then. I got decent. I got like 3 sneak if I need, but I don't even need to sneak. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about people in working gear is if they just act confident, they can do anything they want. You'd be surprised what an orange festival you do. So I just confidently stride down. I would like to have my electro whip though, like tucked into the hazmat suit still. Like, and if the hazmat suit can actually go on over my bug suit, that would be even better. I don't know if I can double suit it.
No.
Okay.
You can get away with the sticking your electrolash in, but that's about it.
Okay.
There.
No vibro knife in the boot?
You can do a vibro knife in the boot.
All right, let's do it. So okay. I just confidently stride down in, and like I'm looking for more boxes.
Okay. So you go down this stair. It's kind of like a industrial stair, so it's that is permanently there, so it's not like rickety or anything like that. And on the ground there is a bit of a metal kind of pathway, even though it's like cavernous on the sides. And you go down there for about 50 feet or so. And just to ask, what's the rest of the bug busters doing at this point?
Twiddling our thumbs.
I think Carl Weathers is waiting. Like, I think we're down in the place and we're like kind of camped out. We're hunkered down.
Are you down? Are you in the cavern or up above?
I would say I'd be in the cavern.
That goes for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are underneath in the cavern, waiting to see what comes back. And
I do want to say the code word for get the fuck in here and start blasting is yeehaw.
Sure, buddy.
And we would know that, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. We've been working together for a while. So
standard. That is my standard code word. I think if y'all all have your own, that's fine. But yeehaw means get her done.
Okay.
All right.
So Maverick, you're walking down and you're starting to see the cavern open up a little bit wider, and you see 2 other hazmat suited people kind of like fussing over stuff in the corner and like kind of moving and stuff. And there seems to be something in the far corner of this bigger part of the cavern that you can make out a shape, and it's kind of moving and it's big, but you don't really know exactly what it is. You've never seen anything like this before.
Yep, I confidently stride towards it.
Okay, and the other bug busters, you're standing there kind of waiting for the yeehaw, and you hear the trap door go slam shut behind you.
Yeah.
Yeehaw.
I think we're going further in then, right?
It should slam shut, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we will go further in. I mean, or we just stand here. There's really only 2 options. So.
Okay, so you start making your way down.
I guess so.
As you get closer, you start to make out that this is like a large queen insect in the corner, and it's got an egg sac that's slowly shooting these black balls through the egg sac, and people are collecting them. The two other people are collecting them and then putting them into the containers and locking them.
Dope. Sick. Great. Awesome. Yeah.
How
What's this
far are
thing
we
called?
from
That's not
Maverick?
ovipositor, right? Is it ovipositor? No, right? It like anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess we're gonna keep moving towards whatever this horror is that Ryan's experiencing.
So could
Have
I,
the
if
cannon.
I, yeah, is there any, is that it? These people are just collecting the eggs?
Yeah.
Okay,
So looks like those two were tasked with collecting and putting the eggs in, and your person was tasked with taking the eggs out.
Great. So I confidently, I guess, is there boxes that it looks like they filled already?
Yeah, there's more empty ones, and they're constantly just kind of loading more.
Okay. I grab one, like, because clearly I'm the guy that's taking them out. I grab one and I just head back the other direction.
Okay. So you do that. You pick it up. They don't think anything of it because they're busy. They've got their hazmat suits on.
And I'm just doing my job. Just doing what I'm supposed to do. Carrying egg boxes.
You pick one up and you take it back, and then you're going down the trail back, and you see 3 familiar faces coming towards you.
Yeah, I just chuck the box and I'm like, there is a giant, I mean, exactly what you think is happening right now. It's a giant bug squirting out eggs, and these people are collecting them. So my thoughts are, blow up the giant bug and get the fuck out of here.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So we don't want to kill these people. I mean, we are not supposed to kill these people. So let's get these two out of here, and then we go back up through the trapdoor.
The trapdoor is closed now.
Well, why'd you close it?
Yeah, I don't think it was us.
Well,
It's
is it
closed
locked?
on us. We like to huddle together when we were waiting for you.
That's a later
And
issue. That's a later. Let's do Bug Queen first, Trapdoor second.
I feel like if we're going to set the Bugzooka off down here in this enclosed cavernous space, we should make sure we have an exit. I could be wrong, though. Please tell me if I am.
So Carl was going to be like, "Ugh," and he walks back and he tries to open the door.
Okay, so you guys head back to the door hatch?
Guess so.
I think let's chain along. We don't all have to be in the same spot, but we can do like unless it's massively distance away, we just want to make sure the hatch is open and get the Bugzooka out and just be ready to blast.
Okay,
Are you just worried that the Bugzooka might like take down the cavern?
The cavern, we're in a cave.
No, there's no way that would happen.
It's not an explosive thing, I don't think. I think it's a shoulder-mounted cannon that fires a deadly blast.
Oh, you're right. It doesn't sound like an explosive thing at all, my friend Baywatch. If I am the voice of reason in this situation, I feel like we are doomed, is what I'm saying.
We can check the hatch.
Carl Weathers is going to walk back and check the hatch.
Yeah, why don't you just do it for
let's
me?
do that.
All right. Yeah.
Done. Doing it.
Okay, so Carl Weathers, you get up there and you go to open the hatch, and it's obviously like secured somehow. Like whatever the trigger is that you're trying to pull is not working.
What if I push even harder?
You can try to break it. Just to ask, does anybody have an insectosonic?
You've really been pushing this Insectosonic, man. I wish we would have picked one.
I couldn't remember if you did, because there is a door locking.
No, but I have convince. So can I like convince the door to open?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
So you can try to pry it, I guess, with your strength.
Yeah.
Somebody
Carl
super
is going to try to do that.
It's very strong though. I'll warn you. Like you look at it and it's like difficulty of 10, like to just pry this thing open.
I have a tough of 4, and I'll go ahead and add a doom to it. Fuck it, add 2 doom to it.
Yeah.
That's max, right? Max is 6 dice in a pool.
Yep.
Nice.
All right. What's the difficulty?
11, I think I said.
11.
Or did I say 10? I can't remember now.
I think
10.
you said
I think you
10.
said 10 the first
10.
time.
You got a
retrograde.
9. You got any luck left?
No, that's a 10.
It is a 10.
Oh, it is a 10 because that's how math works. A 6 and a 4.
It's all right. You try.
Hey,
So
look at me.
You pry it open and there's probably enough room to kind of like squeeze out one person.
I'll squeeze out.
Okay. So you squeeze out and you see, as you're squeezing out, you see Hammy looking down at you.
Hi, Hammy.
What in tarnation are you doing here?
Well, we're about to bust some bugs, but we were just locked down here. You know why we were locked down here?
I might have had something to do with that.
Oh, you friends with the bugs, Hammy?
I'm not friends with anybody.
I looked down. What's blocking the trapdoor?
It was like a secured like mechanism.
Oh,
Like so you like pried it open to squeeze through. Like you just basically broke the door.
cool. Can I release the mechanism now?
Yep, you can kind of like do that. But he's got his pitchfork on you though.
Listen, Hammy, we're just doing the work we're meant to do. We're gonna kill some bugs. You don't want these bugs. They're attacking people and goats.
You see Hammy kind of pause for a second and all right, let's do this.
Hell yeah, Hammy.
Steering the gun. From underneath the thing, I'm like, called it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna release the mechanism.
Okay, so you open the gate.
I call down. I'm like, do the bazooka. Bugzooka.
All right. So then Baywatch has a bugzooka. So that means me and Rewind. We got to go get these people out of here, or at least warn them enough.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, you know what? No one knows nothing yet. I'm in a fucking hazmat suit. I'm gonna go down and tell them I have a problem with the egg stuff up here, and they need to come up here. You hide. Baywatch, you hide, and then let me get these people out of here. All right. So I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go back to the group and to those people and just be like, did that guy talk at all when he came up with the hazmat thing?
No, he was kind of mumbling because he got tackled. So you don't know.
Great, dope.
Yeah.
Okay. Do I feel like have people heard me okay through this thing, or has it been a problem the whole time?
It's mumbly, like
okay,
like it does disguise your voice a bit. It's like
okay. So I'm gonna go back to those guys and just be like, kind of like waving as I walk up to them, and just in a very mumbly, and I'm trying to kill my accent, or at least make it more Midwest, I guess, a little less of a draw, and I'm just gonna mumble, kind of be like, problem, need you, and just thumb, and then just start walking.
Okay, let's roll your convince. And
ooh, sick.
And with because you're in the hazmat, it's actually a benefit to you, so you get an extra die roll.
Okay,
let's
dope.
make it a 7.
Okay.
7
so
difficult.
then so that gives me 3, and I'm gonna go ahead and use let's say 2 doom. No, fuck it, let's use 3 doom. I got a big stack.
How's everybody doing for their doom stacks, by the way?
I have 5.
5 against the 13.
I'm at 4.
So
I'm at 3, but I might have missed one, honestly.
I think you did
I
for a
did
roll,
2.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll just throw
so I
2
think
more
in
on
the
there. Yeah. Rewind. You got to get doomy.
I know. Do me with it.
Okay, so
total of 11.
cool.
They were
So
Not a
Convinced.
single one of my doom dice is part of it either. So great. Needed those.
So they start to follow you up your way, you can kind of, if you turn back, you can see them coming. But they look confused. They're like, what's going on? And you can hear them kind of yelling that to that effect.
It's problem, let's go. And I go all the way to the thing and then just like go out of the hatch, and I'm like just calling up and like just continuously just like waving them and like maybe getting more frantic with it a little bit, just be like, come on,
Okay, so you head up the stairs, and what's the plan for the rest of the bug busters here?
I think as soon as we can, we're just rushing the queen. Yeah.
I'm guarding the hatch, I think. So, well, I guess
you're gonna have these. You're gonna have these two guys that come up and see Hammy and the other bug busters all standing around there.
Yeah, that's fine. We're here to bust bugs.
I think I'll try to hide then.
Well, the door's the door's twisted and everything. Like, I guess what I'm saying is you're probably gonna have to deal with these guys at some.
I guess I'll deal with the guys capacities. Then.
Yeah, okay. I mean, we got a pitchfork. We got a pitchfork on them. Yeah. We got a vibro knife on them. We can just basically march them out of the barn. And
I have my bat out. I'm like, stand down. I'm Carl Weathers.
Okay, so these two guys in the hazmat suit get up there. Hammy's got his pitchfork. You guys have your like arsenal up there, and they're definitely nervous about doing anything at this point.
Yeah,
and they see their buddy in the corner without a hazmat suit on, all tied up and rope.
I pop the hazmat off and I go get my hat and I pop that back on, and I'm holding on with a knife for the hazmat suit and like my, like zipped up, but there's just my knife. So then I think Rewind everyone got a bomb, a hand bomb, like a bug bomb, and then we got the Bugzookas. However you guys want to do that, because there's an ovipositor that looks like a nice bomb location and stuff, but I don't know. I'm holding people hostage upstairs.
Well, the bug bomb has a 20-foot radius blast, so I think Rewind or neither of us should really throw that right now.
So you two have explosives. You decide what you're going to do with them.
Yeah.
I got the blaster. I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Okay.
If you want to throw the bug bomb, you can throw it first, and then I can go in.
Yeah,
right
I'll do that then. Yeah.
Or use your normal weapon, whatever your preference is.
No, I'll throw it.
Or something else.
Yeah, I'll check it. I'll just give it a good check.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that'd be agile, right?
Yeah, agile, and then if you have throwing, that's another.
I don't, so it'll be a 2.
Okay, well, it's a pretty straightforward throw. Like, you just have to get it in the general vicinity. So it's going to be an easy 6.
Nice,
so
okay.
2 die and...
No doom, just making sure.
Oh, I'll throw a doom there.
13. Yeah.
Okay, you know what? I'll throw 2 dooms. 2 dooms.
Boom, 2 dooms.
Yeah.
With the doom dice and your regular dice, you got an 11.
I mean, that's not bad. I've done worse.
Well, that's really good, because it was only a 6. And then with 11, that's 5 points plus the 2 from the bomb. So that was like a...
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
You hear
go.
You hear a scream of...
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
The queen obviously pissed. From
all
that.
The people,
and you hear
one guy.
The scream, and the scream is getting louder and closer to you through the dust. And I'll just say, because of the repercussions of everything, everybody has to roll a tough saving throw. So there's saving throws that are special for bug busters, but a tough saving throw. So 4 saving throws, and to get under your tough. Otherwise, you just take 1 doom. So it's a 1 die saving throw.
1 die across for everyone?
Yeah.
Okay, Baywatch.
What should die?
3.
I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Apollo. Ooh, 6.
So that's 1 doom to you, Apollo.
3 for Rewind, and a 2 for Maverick.
Yeah.
What's
I have
your tough?
A 2 for tough.
So you take 1 doom.
Okay.
From that.
Oh,
I feel slightly more foreboding.
Foreboding.
I have a question. Did the bug bomb like take out a bunch of eggs too?
It's tough to tell because there's so much smoke there. Like, but Rewind got it in like a really sweet spot. Like that was a nice location that it rolled into.
So yeah, my thought is as soon as the blast happens, I'm gonna be like getting up close and trying to make sure that I just don't mess with this thing.
Okay.
But yeah,
so, through the smoke, you see this. And I don't know if we have it on Brian. If we have that picture, I think I cut out the queen.
What's it called?
Barn, possibly.
Oh yeah, I got barn. Oh, I see two people. That's barn.
Yeah. And if you look in the very top corner, you might see. Well, you can't quite see up higher in the rafters, but there's a queen up there. Trust me.
All right. That's us. We even got the pitchfork from Hammy. All right. So are you blasting? What's up?
Yeah.
So first of all, the queen comes through, and one of the things that happens when there's such a high difficulty based upon like the bug, y'all have to make a fear check.
Okay.
So once again, that's one die across each for a saving throw.
All right. Baywatch. 4.
I have a 4.
Okay, so you're good.
2 for Apollo. 2 for Rewind. Yeah. 6 for Maverick. I'm a third.
Okay. And so that fear sticks with you until next round. You got to do another save.
So I'm up top. So the whole rumbling and stuff like that. I'm like, I fucking knew it. I knew it's gonna go.
Sorry,
no, the only two down there are Baywatch and Rewind. Okay.
Sorry, my mistake. So Apollo, I think you got an extra doom last time with the blast that you didn't get. I thought it was just
blowback, like it hit all the way back.
You weren't that close. I thought you were down there with them. So my bad.
Oh, I'm less doomed now.
There you go.
I'm less doomed. And just to double check, because the way the saves work, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get to +1 one of the saves, correct? Like if your cool's
in
3,
creation.
Yeah, during character creation.
If your cool goes down to your saves, and then if you upped any of the saves, that's the save that you chose to up. So it's only one of the saves that you chose.
Right. Perfect. Okay. I chose right then because I chose fear.
Okay.
Cool. Good. So after passing the fear save, then
now you let her rip.
Got a shot.
So this is the Bugzooka.
Okay.
Let her rip.
Okay. That's an agile check for. I have firearms.
Yeah, firearms.
Okay, so I have firearms, so it's a 4, and then I'll add 2 doom dice.
Hell yeah, you will.
And the difficulty for the queen is a 10.
Ooh, you got a 10 there, buddy.
Okay, so
hey,
did you want to try to luck up any max damage or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna luck.
Another 4. You got any luck left?
I'll do it again. Yeah, I have all 6 left.
Ooh, a 5.
That's good. That's 1 point.
Yeah, I'll rock with that. Yeah.
All right, so 11 plus damage, plus weapon damage.
So 1 plus 5. Yeah.
Okay, and you hit it, and it kind of took it. It didn't look like it was. It didn't look too worse for the wear after you took it, but it did a lot of damage, which is good. Rewind.
Me again. I think I have another. How many bombs did we all take down? Was it 2, maybe?
Yes, you have 2.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna try to do my bomb check again. I have the agile of 2, and then I'll throw.
And you're now kind of close that the bomb's probably gonna cause you'll have to make some saves on top of that. But did you take the thorax pump? Who took the thorax?
Oh, I have the thorax pump. Okay. Yeah.
I have the grappling hook.
Oh, that means you take it on 3 rounds. Yeah. Maybe we would yell for help after.
Maybe.
Well, you
that
guys know that something's going on at this point.
Hmm.
And rewind if you want to, like, you have your other weapons too that are like not as
Right, as destructive.
to everybody.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll zap at it then. Yeah.
The Zapbat has like a dinger option, like a baseball
Oh yeah.
dinger that you could actually shoot from a distance here because you're still kind of
Mm.
getting closing range.
Can us who are up top like start heading that way? Because I feel like at a certain point we're gonna be like, okay, the explosion happened. Like, let's go in.
Yeah, let's let rewind and make an attack, and then you guys will start coming into the fray.
Cool.
Yep.
I'll do the dinger then. That sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Is that tough again?
It is agile actually, because
Agile? Okay, so 2, yeah. And then maybe throw 2 doom on that as well.
Okay. Do you have it's agile, but does blunt weapons, because it's a bat, help? Do you have blunt weapons?
Not because it's almost like a
gotcha.
shoot it.
How many doom you want?
I'll do 2 again. That seemed to work good.
All right, so you got an 8.
Yay.
Okay, so you missed.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Do you want to use any luck? How many luck you got
Yeah,
left?
I'll use a luck. Yeah, I'll use 1.
Ooh, 6 on the luck for an 11.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Cool.
Nice.
Okay, so that's
Good.
a point of damage. Plus the bat is 2.
Yeah.
That queen really be taking hits, yeah.
Taking the head hits.
Okay, so the other bug busters come down, and you see this all taking place, and now the queen's kind of in the middle, and there's all 4 of you around it, and it's like pretty ferocious. Now the 2 people that just came in, do your fear saves, because these are new. This is new to you.
Dope. All right, this is for Paulo. Got a 1.
I make it.
And I got a 2, and I'm good on that because I have I put a bonus in my fear.
And Baywatch, I think you still had to get through your fear. Is that correct?
I passed.
Oh, who did somebody have to go?
It was me that failed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's do one more.
3.
I have a 3. So does that?
Perfect.
Okay?
You're good.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can fight this.
We ain't
thing.
afraid of no bugs.
Okay, so let's just go
Just
on
for
the
a little.
let's go on the screen just right across. Let's for ease. Baywatch. What are you gonna do?
I'm slicing and dicing.
Okay, so you get your slicer dicer out and you go.
Yeah, I'm already close to the queen.
Okay, so
I'm just gonna-
difficulty's 10. This queen is mean and tough.
Okay, I'm so agile 3, and then I don't have blade weapons, but I'll just do 2. I'll do 2 doom. So 5.
So what's that put your doom up to?
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It brings me up to 9.
So then you only have like 4 left.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Ooh, 5. That's a 10.
Okay, so you hit it. It does weapon damage, but there will be a complication. But it doesn't do.
It's a
damage.
jinx. Yeah.
The jinx. So what your weapon damage? This was for the slicer dicer, which is 3. Okay, and the jinx is like as you were slicing, you hit one of the poles in the cavern, and it's like starting to kind of like rumble a little bit.
Perfect. All right. Apollo.
I'm going to I'm gonna hit it with a bat. I'm gonna hit it with a bat. If I use one of the special features of the bat, which is like, I don't know, like Zinger, shoot a supercharged electric ball towards an enemy when you swing it like a Babe Ruth hitting a dinger.
Yeah.
Like, is that just a ranged attack with that essentially?
It's just a range attack. And
so would that use agile instead?
It would use agile instead.
Okay, well, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna beat the crap out of it. So
okay, so fire up the bat and let her rip.
Yeah,
right.
I have a 4 to tough, and then I have blunt weapons, so 5 altogether.
Okay,
Good
no
roll.
dooms. You good?
How many dooms do I have? Hold on, let me scroll over. Yeah, let's use one. Make it
One
6
doom.
dice.
Boom. So you got 10 as well.
Okay, so the bat does a extra 2, and the queen, you can see it's now like screaming, and it's kind of like it's hurt. It's not as tough looking as it kind of felt before, but at the same time, you hit the same pillar, and now it's like really starting to crumble, the cavern. And if it keeps continuing to get worse, you might have to avoid some rocks doing agile saves. So just a heads up.
Okay, so I'm gonna get out the thorax pump. So and that's an agile because it's range, right?
Yeah.
And then so that's only 3 for me because I don't have guns. And then I'm gonna throw 3 doom dice on that for max doom. Let me cross one. That gives me 7, so I rolled it up. 6-6, baby.
Cool. Okay, let's roll on the crit table as well.
All right.
So the crit table, just so that we know, it's a 1d6 table. The 1 is a weapon malfunction. So with the crit, with great responsibility comes, or great powers comes great responsibility. Do not roll a 1 because that's bad. And then the other ones are good.
Okay.
So,
well, I'll roll 1 action dice just for a d6. 2.
Double damage.
Nice. So the thorax gun is 3. She's at 10, so that's 5. So that's 10 damage, right?
Yeah, that is a hell of a lot of damage.
Boom.
And you like tear off one of its appendages with that one, like just.
Well, and I thorax pump it too, right? So it's like it's stuck in it because I'm pumping it full of goo. Is that what's happening? Yes.
And for 3 rounds, it does the same weapon damage. So
not the same double damage though.
No, not the same double damage, but the weapon damage for 3 more rounds.
Say that's crazy.
So the thorax pump, it does 3. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
So then next round, automatically it'll take 3. And then the round after that, it just takes 3 right off the top.
I think I jumped over rewind.
Yep, rewind. Now your turn.
Sorry, I got excited for the thorax pump.
That's okay. I think I'm gonna do the zinger from the zap bat again. That seemed to do pretty okay.
Are you tougher or agile?
So is that stealth then?
What's your higher attribute? Tough or
agile's higher than my tough.
Yeah, you can do a zinger.
Okay. So that's 3 for me. And then I'm gonna add. I'll do 3 doom. Do maximum doom.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. Your 3 without the doom is 555. So you have a 10 total.
Nice.
Okay, you hit that pillar again.
That's bad for the cavern, though.
Oh,
yeah.
So it does the zap bat damage, and the cavern is like now crumbling. Each one of you do an agility save to see if you can get away from the falling rock.
All right, I'll go across again. 4 for Baywatch.
I don't avoid rocks. Is that just 1 doom?
Yeah, 1 doom.
3 for Apollo.
I also do not avoid a rock.
2 for Rewind.
I'm actually good then.
And 2 for Maverick. So I also avoid. Yeah.
Hey, and just so we know, how's everybody doing on their doom right now? How many left you have?
Got me. I'm at 10.
I'm at 6.
That's 7. Yeah.
I'm also at 7.
Okay, so you guys are well over halfway in most cases. Okay, so the queen is pissed. She is going to take swipes at all of you, and I assume you all want to do combat of some sort. So let's go back away again. Baywatch.
So, what is the mechanical benefit of using my slicer dicer as a shield? Because it has the plasma shield deflection. Engage the rotating plasma blades in a defensive stance to create a temporary plasma shield.
That's good for bugs that have kind of energy blasts, which some do.
Oh, damn. All right, well, I'll just attack it then.
Okay. So it's a +3 damage. And what's your score? What are you gonna roll here?
I have 3 for agile, and then I will push. Well, I'll push luck if I need to. I'm not gonna push doom.
3. 6 and a 4. That's 10.
Yo,
We are bringing this cavern down.
Yeah. Okay, so quick question. If I don't push luck to try and get a higher roll, is this gonna, well, I don't know. Is there potential that it's like really falling down? Or is it gonna?
Yeah, I mean, if you keep it up, this whole cavern's gonna cave in on itself.
Yeah, I'll push luck then. Let's push luck.
6.
Oh wow! And so
Crit.
that's a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Slice and dice, baby.
Let's see what you roll on the crit table.
Okay.
3.
That is a recurring damage to the bug the next round for whatever you did.
Nice.
And that's
So-
5, right? 3 plus
So you
2.
got 2. Yep, 5, and then so 5 next round. Okay, this queen is really hurting. It's like you basically sliced off another of its appendages, and it's like leaving its egg sac. It's like this trying to get out of here. But Apollo, Rewind, and Maverick, you all have attacks before it tries to get away. So
I'm gonna hit
Apollo.
I'm hitting it. I'm giving it the old hit it with a bat. So 5.
Any doom? Are you good?
No, I'm rolling 5 dice. I'll be fine. Probably. I don't know.
You rolled an 8.
Maybe I won't be fine. Who knows?
You're out of luck, right?
Sorry?
You're
Yeah, I'm
getting
out of
lucky.
luck. Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Okay, so
So
you
yeah,
got
miss.
two doom to you.
Oh, I'm doomed.
Dude.
What's your stack at now?
8.
So you still got a little. Okay, so it swipes at you and kind of clips you and puts a scar across your face. Rewind.
Oh, my acting career.
I'm also going to swipe at it with the bat. So that would be a 2.
Okay.
And then I'll throw a doom on there as well.
Okay. That would be a 6.
Darn.
Oh,
Ooh.
Any luck?
Any-
Any luck?
Oh, I'll throw a luck in. Yes.
Ooh, a 6. So that's total of 10. Great for the cavern.
oh.
Great for the cavern.
So bad.
Okay, everybody make an agile.
All right. I'll go across the board. 1 for Baywatch. 5 for Apollo. 2 for Rewind. 1
Oh,
for Maverick.
Did you say 5 for Apollo?
Okay, Maverick, you can see this queen is going to bugger off. This is perhaps, unless you chase after it, might be a parting shot because it looks like
Well,
it's going down the far end of the cavern.
I have the thorax gun in it, right?
Yeah, and I've been marking that's an extra. Yeah, it's like it'll drag the thorax gun with it.
Okay. All right. So I don't need to do anything with the thorax gun. It's just going to keep
No.
doing damage, right?
Yeah, it pumps from the gun.
Cool. All right. Well, I will figure out the most damaging thing that I have. I can't do a hidden tripwire trap. I don't think it'll hold on to an electromagnetic field. I think the tripwire, the snake. I think I just got to hit it. I don't think any of the specials really do anything
Okay.
for me.
Maverick, you're winding up your lasso, just like
Yeah.
back on the farm.
Okay. So that's agility with bladed weapons, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. I'll throw 2 doom dice on there. 6, baby.
Oh shit.
Holy shit.
Okay, roll your crit and see what happens.
Come on, 2. Let me get a 2, get that double damage. 3. That's a recurring damage, right?
Yeah, recurring damage next round. But guess what? You don't need the recurring damage. It's and it like eases into like and kind of slumps into the corner, and a little bit of twitching, and its egg sac is still pushing eggs through, even though it's disattached, and it's like the eggs are still kind of coming out.
Nice.
Yeah.
But the cavern's like rocking down around us,
The
right? Like we need to
cavern's
get...
like falling, and like probably not a good idea to stick around there too long.
Yeehaw, guys.
Yeehaw, we did it.
Yeah. And race up out of the cavern.
Well, that's probably a good time to say job well done. How many Doom did you have left, out of curiosity?
Fuck.
And
I have
luck.
3 left.
I had 4 left.
I have
Had 4
5.
Ooh.
Cool. So I think that's hopefully a fun adventure that you had, and I appreciate you guys doing a little bit of a play test here for Bug Busters. And it's not in, obviously it's finished form, but hopefully good enough to get the games going.
No,
Yeah.
that was super fun. I will say, if
That was
I
awesome.
actually had to stack 9 D6s on themselves, that feels like it would have been pretty difficult. Getting to 13
Yeah.
feels like a lot. So I can imagine the use of Doom would be a lot more difficult in person when you know that you have to actually stack it onto your stack.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, great time. Thank you, Madison and Gary, for coming on the show. Love the system. It was really great. Hope you both had fun.
Marco,
Yeah,
thanks
that
for
was
coming back on
awesome.
as always, you know?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
happy to play.
Yeah. It was, yeah, and you didn't kill us this time,
Oh, I
which
did
is
it.
great.
I owed y'all something.
Yeah, I think we all almost TPK'd ourselves with that cavern though. So
Yeah, I know.
So yeah,
Yeah, the environmental part was a really good piece of the boss.
yeah, it was great. And again, Madison, thank you so much for being here first time on the show. Really appreciate it. It was fun to have you.
Thank you so much for inviting me. That was really cool. That meant a lot.
So Gary, Bug Busters coming out eventually. We're
Eventually,
getting there, right?
Yeah, if my boss lets me have some actual free time,
There you go.
it's going to get launched. But you could learn more at dieku.games.com/bugbusters, or the quick URL is bugbusters.ltd, which you might see on the screen there. And so you can follow it on Kickstarter and get notified when it launches. And if you want to be part of the playtest, if you go to my website, dieku.games.com, there's a Discord link. I have a pretty sleepy Discord, but we're going to be doing some Bug Buster playtests on there, and you're welcome to join up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sounds
We're
awesome.
gonna make sure we put all the links to everything like we do normally in the podcast link into all the rest of it, so you can find all of the wonderful people here on the show, and definitely go follow Bug Buster. Super fun, light, but really enjoyable system. This is exactly the kind of system I like, and I know Hunter's a big fan of the dice pool, so this is really great.
I do love a dice pool system.
Yeah.
I did
Really
like this
easy
a
to
lot,
grasp.
actually. I was like, this is good. This is exactly what I like. So, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, and easy enough that like as I already knew what dice people had sooner than later, so I could just be like, I know that rewinds thing is 3. We got this. So super fun. But yeah, follow along, follow us here on the show. You know what our socials are. It's linked on everywhere. Again, thank you both so much for being here, and we will see you all another time. Bye, everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Bye.